CoinGecko a little bit, but yeah, it's I don't know, but it's good opportunity. I
Well,
think.
and the other major the other major hassle here, or hiccup, or issue, you can't buy Hex on Uni. You can't buy Hex. Last time I checked, and it may be different now, but when I checked, I tried to get Hex on Matcha, and I couldn't. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" So, like, I'm talking about eHex,
Yeah,
eHex.
I recommend, honestly, CowSwap is the best. We do have like our own front ends for Uniswap,
Yep,
but
yep.
I don't know if you
I
saw the
like
tweet.
the
I am trying to get Uniswap to relist with like we submitted the letter that I put in the petition, but just trying to like show that this community like really wants it, and showing like our numbers. Because I think people, obviously people are salty about it being delisted in the first place, but I don't think that we should let like that affect the fact that Uniswap is the biggest decentralized exchange, and by Hex just being on it and available, it brings in capital into our ecosystem. And like, so I really hope we can get them to relist. They might have their reasons, whatever, with how they kind of got brought up in the SEC stuff, but I'm hoping with like a little more social pressure and attention that they'll relist, but
yeah,
we'll see.
I mean, it's just like I mean, you would need to know your DeFi,
Right?
like, and dude, come on, how many fucking people are we really talking about here that have custody of their assets in a fucking hardware wallet with a seed phrase that they control? It was generated not through fucking MetaMask or not through a hot wallet. Like, how many fucking people are we really goddamn talking about here, bro? We're not fucking talking about a lot, okay? We're not.
Yeah.
How many users? Okay, like, I don't even know how someone can look this up, but what is like CowSwap's total user base? And I say user address base, because it's not. Let's just say address, right? Like, how many addresses are interacting with CowSwap on a basis, whatever, daily basis, and then of those, how many have bought or sold Hex? I mean, come on, that's an even lower number, right?
Yeah.
So it's like people might see this awesome 65% pump, big bubble, that, and then they go to buy it and they're like, "What? I can't get it." And then of those people who do that and can't get it, how many of them go the extra mile or are smart enough to be like, "Whoa, I can't get this on Uniswap? What the fuck?" Like, that must mean something. That must mean like that. Like, I would hope that, like, for me, if I didn't know shit about fuck and I couldn't buy Hex on Uni, I'd be like, how the fuck do I buy this shit?
Yeah.
Because if I can't buy this on Uni, there's a reason why they don't have it, which is interesting to me. That makes me want it. But that's just me. Like, I mean, that's just me being biased, I guess. But like, how many people are smart enough to fucking try to like put that together? Probably not any. Not enough.
I think it's tough. I think it's really tough. And like, Uniswap's definitely expanded. They have their own coin listing showing just like volume and TVL, and we were top 10 since they launched that, which was maybe a year ago. Like, we were always top 10. So I'm just like, it's hard. I think a lot of people in this community, like, obviously we have our own DEX, our own chain, but like having a community asset that like most people still own in this community. Not saying people shouldn't buy. It's weird. People get really defensive, like we should only be buying PHEX. I know that's controversial, but like, I don't know. I think the dual chain of Hex is like a superpower that we should like really lean into, and and it's like an opportunity to like, people see Hex on Uniswap or on Crypto Bubbles doing well. They learn about Hex, and then if you learn about Hex today, like if you're on Twitter and you're learning about, like, you're going to learn about Pulse Chain, you're going to learn about PulseX. So it's like, why not utilize something that we've kind of been developing for the past 3 years, which is, you know, a great asset that's performed perfectly, that teaches people the right things, and leverage that to as a marketing tool to like bring people into our, you know, our broader ecosystem. So I don't know. I think a little differently. I shared those points today on like why I think eHex is like, we shouldn't try to kill it. Because I think it's an opportunity not only to like make people in our communities money, but also as a marketing tool to like branch out. Because like, yeah, I look around at like a lot of DeFi products. Like I'm looking at Uniswap when you brought that up. They do 2.6 billion. They have 2.6 billion in TVL. But they're on 10 chains, so they're like chain synonymous. They, you know, and think about how that has like expanded their community, that people that use Uniswap. You know, we're really, we have like cross chain bridges, but we're really active on 2 right now, and Ethereum being like, you know, still probably the main chain right now. It's like, I think people that figure out how to still generate value, but then like open up the secret door to this new blockchain that's like cheaper and better. I think it's a good way to get people in, you know?
Yeah. Well, and I mean, anything, the biggest thing getting people in is fucking green candles and market sentiment.
Right. 100%.
But I mean, having, like I said, you know, having the eyes on, it's just, I have like, I don't want to be a pessimist, but it's like, you know, at what point do we get some kind of major, fortunately, it's going to take some kind of like major exposure to a central listing again, kind of thing. Like, not again, but like, you know, we kind of had some central exchanges pop up and like, oh, wow, the hype was real early. And then like,
yeah,
but you know,
it's a battle, dude. It's honestly a fucking battle. And like, but like, that's what we were fucking made for, dude. Like, really think about Hex's history. And, you know, when people talk about the gatekeeping and shit that Hex had to fight through, like, that was real. Like, it's still people that's hyping it up. Like, that shit was real. And, you know, for whatever reason, I mean, I know like Richard Hart was definitely a big reason. He was a controversial figure. He spoke a lot of truth, but he also like pissed a lot of people off because he would just like talk shit about other things, which is fine. And it actually was like something that brought the people that were in our community into our community. They like enjoyed that. But you know, it's like, I don't like Pulse Chain and PulseX and everything we're doing now isn't any different. Like, it's an uphill battle, and it's like constantly evolving, and we have to like evolve with it and try to figure out how to make this thing pop off. Like, I definitely think when the bull market comes, like, all bets are off. Like, it's gonna be a totally different game. But you know, we're in the fucking gridiron right now. Yeah, like losing the OKX listing was kind of a shot. Still experiencing like, you know, the same, I don't know, it's rough. Like, we're not, I watched Base launch, and obviously they are a very different story. They just have like a lot more money and like leadership, and kind of the complete opposite of like what we're doing. We're a very like grassroots movement. But I think one thing that people don't realize is that like that's actually a lot more power. Like, the grassroots movement that Pulse Chain is a lot more powerful, and it has a lot more staying power than like a hyped up L2 like Base. Because like they can, you know, they've done really
well, they can market the fuck out of something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
But it
like,
doesn't mean
put
it
that
doesn't,
out with a multi-million-dollar like marketing like effort.
Right.
You know,
but you can't buy a dedicated community like the Hex community. Like, you can't, you no matter how much money you have, it's the most cherished thing by any product is to have what Hex has, which is loyal fucking followers and people that take action and like just do things to make it better and grow it. Like,
Right.
you know, I look around and no other chain, a lot of other chains have like, they're doing like these crazy partnerships with like Disney or like Visa. Like, I hope one day we get to that level, but I don't see any other community that's like, you know, thousands of hours on YouTube of free content, talking about it every single day.
Right.
Like finding the most bullish things to share with the community when there's nothing to like, you know, when price is way down. Those are the things I just like. I have they keep me, you know, like the most positive about is like the good things that we have, and honestly, it really is the community. And I'm personally just constantly trying to think of like new ways of how we're, you know, how we get in the door or like break out in our own way. And we have to, you know, we just have to get creative.
Yeah. I mean, I think, you know, it's, I agree with the fact that like it's irreplaceable and the value of having such a loyal, like resilient user base. And let's not also forget that Hex is very sticky. Like from a like, if you really get into the protocol itself and look at the yield generating element, and then you really understand longer pays better. You know, you've got people who are committed for 15, 10, 9, 5 years that are you know locked in
For sure.
to earning that yield. So it's very sticky, right? Versus something like Pulse Chain, just you're in and or out. You get it, oh, you're fucking out, and maybe the price pumps and your weak hands get rid of it, or vice versa, the price dumps and you're like, oh shit, I need to get out just to save myself, you know, whatever. Like it's there's nothing that prevents the user from making emotional decisions with it, right? Whereas Hex, it's like it's gone, it's out of your it's that fucking contract takes your fucking shit out your address and it's gone. That shit gone. You have a T-share, but you don't, you know, you don't have physically anything sitting there you can do anything with. So you have that, you know, that future representation, and that creates this whole element. I mean, that's what makes it sticky, right? That's what makes it that makes people commit. I mean, look at how many people bought it early, sold it at the maybe a hope at the top, and then probably didn't, and they sold at the bottom, and they're wrecked, right? They didn't have T-shares, they didn't stake, they didn't see the value, I mean, I'm talking about like pre-big payday people who fucking just had Hex liquid like a wrecked pleb. The guys who won are the guys who fucking took advantage of the AA and played it smart, you know, in those early couple months. And you know, when you could get thousands of T-shares, right?
Yeah.
And then you're only able to get hundreds, and now you're lucky if you can get a fucking couple dozen. And you want a couple dozen T-shares, you better have 1,000,000 Hex stake for Quattro Cinco, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's it, you know. So that's something that, and I mean, again, it's hard to, you know, we get it, right? But like trying to explain the value of a T-share right now versus 10 years from now, there's not going to be T-shares left. Like there's not going to be that many left. And that's a whole nother science, and it takes a whole nother level of like commitment to education and understanding. And not every fucking wrecked pleb is that smart, right? So like we've got the desire to bring people in. We've got a population of people who are generally stupid. I hate to say that, but like, there's people that are just fucked out there. They don't even know. You know, most people are just. I mean, most people can't.
Like Optimality, the little bitch.
Like who?
Like Optimality. You there, man? You gonna hide or what?
Here we go.
You hid in the last space. You hiding in this one?
Oh shit! Traps the mediator. Optimality is here.
There
Hello, world.
Mediator. He just needs to
Hello,
learn how to
world.
talk. Listen, in the Christian space, he was hiding. I was calling him a bitch.
Yo,
Wake up,
yo.
dude. Where are your balls? He didn't wake up.
Where's
You're gonna wake up. Listen,
Iceman,
we're in the same community. I'm gonna be in the same spaces as you. You better find your balls and wake up.
Well,
I
I'll
can't hear anybody. I'll be right back.
so I can be a mediator on this, actually. So
There is no
we'll tell-
need for
Are
a
you telling me to
mediator.
find my balls?
This is man versus man. Oh, he slunk out, little bitch. I'm telling you guys.
No,
back.
he said he couldn't
Back.
make it.
Listen.
He'll be back.
He'll be back.
Okay, he better come back.
Yeah. He was. Hey, I was saying you put out a minimum viable product. Gotta say that's way better than anyone else. He had some doubts about an OA address type thing. I'll let y'all hash that out.
It's not even
he
about
actually
that.
Gave you credit and said that you did have lower fees.
I don't give a fuck. This guy drunk tweeting our account with all sorts of bullshit that's fake, right?
What are you talking about?
Accusations
I didn't
and
even tweet anything
nonsense.
about your shit.
And then he comes back sober. He comes
How
back
fake
sober
are we
and
talking?
then
Are we
tries
talking
tries
hostile
to walk
fake,
it back.
or are we talking like just Twitter?
Yeah, fake as shit. No. There's a project that added our widget. Actually, there's like probably 24 projects that have added our widget and our referral links. And this fucking idiot thinks that we gatekeep people. Like they don't
What
have
are
to
you
sign up to
talking
use
about?
referral links or widgets. Anyone can add that. Listen, you might have been drunk. Maybe you're one of those drunks that needs a babysitter.
Bro, what are you
But
talking
you said all
about?
sorts
What are
of
you talking
dumb
about?
shit
This
to me.
referral shit that you're talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Denial now.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Who's talking to me?
I was
'Cause I
saying
don't see
earlier
who's
how you
talking to
make
me.
affiliate,
That's
you make
optionality.
profits off of like
Oh, okay, it says connecting on my
the
screen.
exchange, that whatever middleman you're using, the Simple Swap people. I was saying how you make an affiliate profit from
Dude,
them.
you're fucking retarded. We don't use a third party. You're dumbass
Bro,
in your
you were
drunken state is
literally
like,
you were literally
you guys use a
explaining how
third
you
party.
use the fucking
You
third
guys
party.
you guys are lying to the community about. No, we built a ground up exchange. If you're too
But
fucking
bro, my
retarded to
tweet wasn't
realize
even
that,
about you.
that's
Though.
your
It was
problem.
about,
Don't get
I was
drunk and
DMing
say
you.
stupid shit to our team.
Bro,
Our team is busy handling support requests, dealing with
you
customers,
still didn't explain.
accessing
You
feedback.
still didn't explain
right?
how you haven't verified the
Your
code yet.
retarded
Still,
ass gets
you
drunk,
still haven't verified the code.
haven't even used the product. You want to talk stupid shit to a bunch of people who are actually launching a product, right? The token, like your dumbass thinks a token is actually the most important thing about an exchange. An
No, that's
exchange
what I'm
needs to
saying.
be
Like, why
launched
did you launch the token
before
in the
the
first
token
place? Like,
even
what the fuck?
matters.
Like, bro,
Because of the airdrop, but that's irrelevant.
because of the
the
sacrifice
exchange
that
is the
you
number
did.
one
Okay, but
priority. The exchange is the number one priority, right? And everything else comes after. Until that exchange is at full capacity,
yeah, but hold
there's
on.
no
This whole,
reason
the
to
whole
do
tweet that I
anything
made
else,
has nothing to
right?
do with your shit either.
So your dumbass
Stop
talking
for a
about,
second.
oh, you have social engineering, you have this, you have that. Like you read some security researcher's manual,
Bro,
pulled
what are
out
you
some
even
buzzwords,
talking about
and
right
spit
now?
that stupid shit into our DM.
Okay,
And then
you're
when
talking
you got
about
sober, you
the
walked all
social
that shit
engineering
back.
shit, bro.
You walked all that shit back. Shut the fuck up for a second, man. You walked all that shit
I'll let you
back
talk.
when you're sober, and you're like, yeah, you guys built a nice exchange. Just verify the contract. Like you walked up all that fucking stupid shit, the fantasy that you created when you were drunk, right? I don't know what you're up to, but it's a real bitch move to
Bro, you're the
know,
one
like, have
shilling
an
Super
explanation of
Steak,
what's
bro.
going
What are
on.
you shilling that shit for? That's a whole ass Ponzi scheme.
Are you retarded? Are you
Oh my
retarded?
God, bro.
Listen, anyone can use the affiliate link and the affiliate widget, right? Anyone who's been on our site knows that. But your dumbass
Okay, but you're the one
doesn't
who
even have the
fucking posted
basic
about it. Like,
decency
you
to
posted
do
about it.
research.
It's not about them doing it.
Dude, anyone who
It's about you
shares our
posting it.
referral link and widget,
You're the one who
they
fucking
will
shared their
get
shit, though,
likes.
bro. You shared their shit, okay?
I did not share their
Okay.
shit. You are fucking
Bro,
retarded. Pin where I shared their shit. Pin where I shared
Okay,
that
one
shit.
sec.
Listen, this little faggot likes to lie,
I'm a
and he
faggot
doesn't
now.
stand behind his words.
Bro, hold on. I'm gonna find it. It's
Push
in
the
the
shit
heart
that you
fastest chat.
into
Hold
the
on.
nest. Push it into the nest, bitch.
All right. Bro, you
God,
literally, like,
listen, there's
fucking
so many low
posted.
integrity men in this community,
So now you're not
and I
backing
keep
the
running into
Super
them. I
Steak
don't know
dudes?
why.
You're not backing
You're
them
a
now?
low integrity
hey,
bitch,
how
right?
much
You
did y'all
don't
get
do
in the
anything
sacrifice?
productive. You don't do anything
Bro, we're not even
productive,
talking about their
and
shit
then
right
you
now.
come
We're
attack
talking about
people who are
Super
trying
Steak,
to build
and
something.
he doesn't. He's acting like
I
he
don't
didn't
give a
post
fuck
about
about
them,
Super
but he
Steak.
did.
Listen, buy HOA, has our
Who
has our
cares about
widget there.
HOA? We're not even talking about them, bro. Like they're not even part of the.
Super Steak
Bruh.
included our widget there, and they use referral links. Probably somebody in the Israeli IDF has our link. We don't gatekeep. There's no sign up, right? If you were actually competent enough to say half the shit you were saying when you're drunk, you would actually just clicked on the site, and within one click, you would have figured out, oh, anyone can just paste their wallet address and they can use this. There is no partnership. There is no weird.
Of the matter, though.
It's just a referral program. So wait, listen. Your brain obviously is fucked up, right? When somebody says anyone can sign up for affiliate program, even my enemy, right? That means anybody can just put that link on their site. Anyone can put the widget on their site, right? So what the fuck are you talking about, right? You're saying we're tied to Super Steak. We have something to do with them. No, listen.
I'm talking about how you were retweeting
any
their
token,
shit,
the first thing we would do is list it on our exchange. If we had something in our, like, we'd actually do that. So you're dumbass talking out of the side of your neck.
Right? You're just mad because I included you with them for
producing noise, producing noise when there should be signal in this community.
Shit.
Right? You're fucking useless, dude. It's not little. It's better than anything you've produced. Please tell me what you've produced. I'd like to know how many people you onboard to pump your bags, you little bitch. What do you onboard? Please tell us.
That's what I'm
Please tell us. Grow some balls and please tell us what you do to onboard people to this community. Right?
I've onboarded several people.
The referral links.
I need to tell you how I onboard people.
That doesn't mean shit. We onboard thousands of people every few months.
Okay,
you don't
cool,
onboard shit, right? Those referral links and those widgets
to yourself. Like,
those referral links and those widgets, they onboard more people passively than you. Listen, you need to get off your ass and actually do some work before you start talking shit.
Like other shit.
You need to get off your ass and do some work before you start talking shit or making up rumors, because you're a noise producer. And we need a community.
I'm not making up rumors, bro. You're the one that was retweeting Super Steak. You're getting off topic now too.
Pin it.
You're getting way off topic.
Pin what the fuck you're talking about. Oh, you're gonna find it? You're still finding it?
Yeah, I wasn't even finding it. I was listening to you, bro, and I'm gonna find
it. You can do both. Stop making excuses. You can do both. Go ahead.
All right, bro.
There's always some dumbass making assumptions. Like, for some reason, I thought Pro Data Tools. I was like, oh, this guy might be technical.
If you would unblock me, I could actually find it.
Right? You sound like a fucking retard. Listen, I'm gonna unblock you just for this. Go ahead. You sound like a fucking retard. I don't know why you do that shit, but you should know better, man. You should know better. If you have any technical capacity at all, you can click on 3 links and find out that anyone can use referral links. Anyone can use. It's the same as Hex. Anyone could have referred somebody to Hex when it first started.
Okay, but they didn't need to use a fucking coin that they created and then gave themselves a bunch of it.
I don't give a fuck. I don't know what the fuck. Listen, somebody can make a turd to the third power coin and put the widget next to it because they want to onboard people to Pulse Chain before they buy their turd.
Okay, so what you're trying to tell me is that it's okay to do that.
It does not fucking matter because our number one objective, you fucking retard, is to get people to Pulse Chain. Whatever they do with that widget is up to them. Whatever they do with the referral link is up to them. You fucking retard. You produce nothing. I looked at your YouTube channel. You ain't got shit that's useful on there, right? You don't onboard people. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Okay, now he's attacking my YouTube channel. All right.
Those referral links and those widgets do more passively than you probably will produce in this community, unfortunately. But the thing is, I would rather you turn your life around, stop being a bitch, and actually start onboarding people. And then you can talk shit. And then I'll give you leeway.
I'd rather just take down bullshit.
Maybe this guy is a good faith guy. He's a good faith guy that doesn't know what's going on. But at the time right now, you're a piece of shit that gets drunk. And you're probably one of those drunks that needs a babysitter because you were talking all sorts of dumb shit in the DMs. And then you walked it back when you were sober, right? I guess you maybe had a little bit of integrity when you sobered up. But you're a complete bitch, man. And then the thing is, after I was like, hey, you know what? Don't tweet this account nonsense. Don't DM nonsense. If you really want to know what's going on with our project, join the Telegram group. All the updates are there. This little bitch turned around and decided to create a fake narrative and tweet it out.
So many times.
Yeah, you are a bitch. Listen, you're a bitch to the third power. Listen, I don't know how you extra credited your way into bonus, bitch, but you're super bitch, right? The thing is, when you produce as much noise as you do, you must be a bitch because real men produce signal, not noise, right? You're below worthless because you're doing that. Now people have to sift through your garbage and then figure out later.
Coin that you made and
this
gave
guy is
yourself
full
is
of shit.
worthless.
This guy is full of shit. That's what they need to find out. After
You're
all
the
the
one
noise
that's full
you
of
produce.
shit, bro.
Listen, do something productive.
Anyways, get Iceman and
Do
fucking
something
what's his
productive.
face in here.
Listen, you don't need somebody else to come save you. Get them. Get whoever you need.
No, bro, I'm talking about the people you were shilling to on top of your bullshit. Your
Listen,
garbage
faggot.
coin that you
Listen,
gave
bitch.
yourself.
You keep saying dumb shit, and you're doubling down on it like a retard. Right? Everyone in this community who has seen the app.pulseln.com/earn link knows that you just paste an address there and it will spit out a referral link.
Who was even
and a
talking
widget.
about that? Nobody. I never even
That's what
DM'd
you're
you about
talking
that
about,
shit,
you
bro.
dumbass. That's what you're
little
talking about.
I'm
You're
not.
calling an affiliate link. You're calling an affiliate widget a partnership. That's not what it is. That's just a
not what I was
referral
talking
link
about,
or an affiliate widget. That is what you're talking about.
I was talking about how you guys were talking about Simple Swap, but that doesn't even matter. That's not. We were talking about your little token.
I don't know what the
That's
fuck
what we were
Simple
talking
Swap
about.
has anything to do with anything.
Your little
that we're
token,
doing.
bro. Your little
You
fucking
pulled
token.
that shit out of your ass and inserted Simple Swap. I haven't even been to the Simple Swap website. Why do you even bring that up?
It was something that you said in a space a while ago. I don't even know.
Nope.
That wasn't the whole
me.
like subject matter.
Not me.
It was about your
I
coin.
never talk about Simple Swap because I don't know shit
But it was
about
really
Simple
about
Swap.
you shilling Super Stake.
I talk
begin
shit
with.
about Change Now. I don't shill shit. I don't shill these guys. If they tag me because they added my widget, of course I'm gonna like that shit because guess what? That's our product. We like widget users. We like people having an easy path to onboarding the Pulse chain, especially when Change Now, until recently, was charging 50% more, 100% more, right? We're actually giving people a deal, and we've actually pressured Change Now into correcting their prices.
I actually said that.
That's why they give fair prices now.
Saying that you
good,
actually
good,
did
good. Listen. You're regaining some of your balls. You got one ball back, right?
Okay.
Your bitch extra credit has gone down.
Hey.
But let me tell you, man, it's just one of those things. You have to know what you're talking about. And the thing is, even if you don't know what you're talking about, you cannot be the kind of guy who throws a tantrum
it looks like you removed
and then
the
makes
Super
up a
Stake
story.
thing, so that's good. Good on you for that.
It has nothing. Right? Listen, you talked out of your ass, and you admitted it just now.
Just because somebody might have a issue with one particular thing doesn't negate the other facts. They're good, positive things, right?
There's nothing there.
Whether we think it's positive or negative. Look, what I'm saying is, we were talking about PulseLN earlier before you joined.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, we were talking about it, right? And I said, fuck, did they have a sacrifice? Yeah, they did. Oh, shit, guess what? They fucking put something out. They actually launched a fucking product. And I said, oh, yeah, is it something that I'm going to go and use? Probably not, because I got my own setup. But is it a great way to fucking onboard someone at a bar? Hey, you got Cash App, boop, 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 and you're in. Okay, that's cool.
Yep, 30 seconds, you're in.
But wait.
So Strike, 30 seconds, you're in.
That's
But wait, there's this.
Hey, listen. One more thing. We just lowered our. Listen, I just want to say one more thing. We lowered our limit to $1. So that means right now, like during this bull market, a person can take $1 in cash, move it to Hex, and end up with 95 to 97 cents of Hex, and stake that shit. That shit was impossible before we did this, right? This is an objective that we had for a long time. We just solved it. Like. Listen, I understand what you're saying, Hexkeef, but it's really fucked up for people to talk out of their ass and then knowingly make up shit. Knowingly make up shit.
I don't know. Look, I don't know what was said or whatever happened, just so people know. What I can tell you though,
pin it.
Is that he also Optimality also mentioned.
I'm talking about mine, not the tweet that you deleted.
But he mentioned that you guys charge less of a fee, which I was, that was another positive.
We pressure Change Now. We pressure other exchanges.
So what I'm trying to explain is that, just because somebody has a personal discontent or issue with one part of something doesn't mean that everything is fucked. Okay, so
Hex Keith, what he
Instead of
DM'd was 6 or 7 accusations, and then he walked them all back and then left with 1 accusation the next morning. Like, that's what I'm talking about, right? The guy was like talking like, oh, there's all sorts of fraud being committed and all sorts of bullshit. He talks out of his
you can
ass.
verify this information.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
mainly talking about
Hey,
the token.
okay,
Optimality.
okay.
Hey,
All right,
put the shit where you talk about social engineering and all sorts of shit. Like, you don't, maybe you don't know what those words mean,
Can I say
but those
something
are
real quick?
serious allegations when you make them,
Let me ask you
right?
this.
When you
No, I
say
was
that
just saying the way you talk
when you
about
say
this
that
shit is
we
really
are
social
working with
engineering
another,
sounding, bro. Like the
when you
marketing
say
around
that,
the PLN.
that's not what social
bullshit,
engineering
the
is.
garbage
Social
token that
engineering,
you have
social
fucking
engineering.
$2 million currently of. Like,
No, we don't. What the fuck are you even
yes, you
talking
do,
about?
Bro, there's transactions I can show you right now of you of that little origin address,
$2
pulling
million?
money, putting it into other wallets.
There's not even $2 million
It's
in our
at least
project. What the
1.5
fuck? Where are
million.
you pulling these numbers out of your ass? I'm gonna get. Listen, the same stupid shit that
Bro,
you said about a referral link and a referral
PLN,
widget. This is the same
the one
asshole
OA
that this
address
information is coming
has
out
all
of.
the
Wait, but wait,
PLN
right?
you guys
It's
have
the
$1
same
million
hole. It's the
working.
same
Is it a
anus
dumb
that this
fake token?
information is coming out
Is
of.
it a dumb
Like, yeah, you don't have the liquidity there, but that's the
Absolutely,
market cap. Bro.
absolutely not. Because the thing is, the exchange hasn't launched, right? There's some
So
real
what's this
stupid token.
9999
Listen.
fucking coins, bro?
There's
Look, I'm
some
looking at it right
real
now.
there's
Hold on.
some real stupid people who think that tokenomics are what make an exchange. An exchange is the priority.
Bro, I'm
The
not talking about
tokenomics
the
is like
exchange. I'm talking
third
about
or
your fucking
fourth.
token, your
So
coin.
the thing is, listen, dumbass, listen. You already didn't shut the fuck up earlier and you missed the message. Learn it now, right? You get the exchange up to par. Then you balance the system. Tokenomics is secondary or tertiary, right? It's not the priority, right? Your dumbass thinks that the exchange, the utility of the exchange is actually second to the tokenomics. That's the way you're talking. That's not the way it works, right? The exchange comes first. You know, when CZ started Binance, if somebody started talking to him about tokenomics, that person would have been fired. He would have called him a bitch, just like I'm calling you a bitch, because you don't understand how these things get launched, right? The tokenomics and all that shit comes later. It's just that you don't want a bunch of people wandering around like, hey, was there an airdrop? Was there an airdrop? You just do that. But the thing is, everything is secondary to the utility. This is not a meme coin. The tokenomics isn't the primary thing that attracts people. It's the utility. The fact that we're onboarding tens of thousands of people for cheap is the utility. That's number one. Tokenomics guy, he sits next to the janitor closet. He doesn't sit in the C-suite, right?
Yeah, we're not
You
talking
need to
about
understand
tokenomics,
how
bro.
these things get run. So the
I'm
thing
talking
is,
about how you have like
tokenomics,
$250,000 in one wallet that you transferred out of this little origin
that is
address that you have.
tokenomics, you dumbass. That is tokenomics. You're talking
What,
about the token and its
your own little fucking
characteristics.
nest egg that you can dump on everybody's head? That's tokenomics.
Listen, you fucking retard. Once the exchange is completely launched, then tokenomics gets dealt with. You understand that? Like, this is the third time I'm saying it. I think the rest of the people in this room
Bro,
know
I'm
English,
talking
so they
about your bag
understand that I
you're
said that.
holding, bro. What are you talking about right
What
now?
is my bag? What is my bag? The circulating supply is like 20
I'm
something
talking
million,
about
or maybe
the
18 million.
225,773 PLN
There
that
is
you
no
decided was yours to
225 million. You know how much is there? There's like 999
No,
million,
I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about the
950
original
tokens
the
sitting in a
origin
wallet.
address.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
the
and
origin
you
address.
transferred some out of that wallet into another wallet, and that's about $250,000 PLN.
Okay, post that address. Where's the 250,000? Post it. Get the
All right,
address and post it.
I'll put it in the
Because
top for you.
listen, you're already 0 for 2 or 0 for 7 with all the bullshit you said already. Post another one. Take another L right now. 250,000, right? 250 million. We need that. Let's see
No,
it.
225 million.
Oh, okay. Yeah, post that shit. We want to see that. The circulating supply, I told you earlier, 18 million. This fucking idiot is about to pull 250 million out of his ass. Let's watch this magic trick. Also, I don't like doing this, guys. Listen, I don't like low integrity men being around me. Like, listen, optimality, this should have been beaten out of you like in the 5th grade. You shouldn't be doing this shit as a grown man. Right? You're a time suck. You're a time sink.
Oh, what are you
For men who are trying
about?
to be productive, you suck their energy. You take actual productive people and you make them waste your time because you're a noise producer. right? You produce nonsense that you can't back up.
All right, well, I'm putting
7
this in the
allegations
top
failed.
three
Let's see the next one. Where's the 250
It's
million?
literally
Let's
the very
go.
last transaction that you made
Let's
from
go.
that
Said
origin.
250 million. Let's
225,
go.
I think he said.
225.
No, he said a quarter
Yeah,
of a billion, right?
Quarter
Or-
billion. 225 million. 24 million.
he said 250 million. But okay,
I
I'll
said
give him a
He
little
said
bit of
225
room.
250 and he
but
came
You
back
can
and
go.
said 225.
Listen, you can go from 200 to 250. I'll even give you from 150 to 250. Let's go. How much room is there in your asshole to pull shit out of? Like, this is what I'm wondering. You must have a big asshole.
It's in the top, bro. It's up there for you.
Pin it. I don't see it.
I just pinned the wrong thing. I guess it's not there. Hold on.
Oh, the blockchain was erased.
No, actually, like my tweet, like, I can't see it. Hold on.
Oh, your vision problems?
Bro, shut up, bro. It literally disappeared.
No.
I got
There's no
vision
need to shut up.
problems. I've been
Listen,
painting
the
these
person,
fucking things today.
the person who needs to shut the fuck up is the one who always produces noise and no substance. So before you tell me to shut up, please post that tweet. Then I'll gladly shut the fuck up. I'll shut up and I'll unblock you and I'll walk away.
Bro, it's
Post
in this,
that
bro.
fucking
It's in
tweet.
this.
I want to see it.
Well,
The address is in the nest.
I don't block anyone.
No.
guys,
Post the actual 250
The
million.
address.
I
Right
told you
there.
150 million to 250 million. Post that TX hash, you little bitch. Don't run away from this.
Bro, that's
Right?
that's the address. I'll send you the transaction hash
You're a
too, bro.
slippery
Like, what the fuck?
little bitch. I told you to find the transaction. Find it and post it. Why are you scared? It was so easy for you to find the
Well,
first
I'm
time.
not
Do it
scared.
again.
I will find the actual transaction
you.
hash too. But
Thank
I just
you.
sent you the
Thank
address
you.
that has the
Listen,
fucking. That's the
I will-
address.
Listen, before I go to sleep, I will have a prayer for you. If you post 150 mil to 250
There's
mil,
something
post
wrong
that.
with you.
Get the TX hash. It's just
Well, let's see.
Yeah, never
Well, that is
mind. Just
clearly
Yeah,
you
like
transferring money
you
to
guys are
another
kind of
wallet. Bro.
hijacking the
clearly
space a little
you.
bit here.
Okay.
I mean, I
Sorry,
left
guys.
the
It's right
space.
there.
I come back in. You guys
Here.
are like going at it. Just chill your jets,
Here,
everybody.
hey,
Yeah.
Hex is the way, and everyone. I'm sorry. Hey, I'm gonna just go to listener. Let him pin it, and let me know when he does. Pin the transaction
Bro,
hash.
it's pinned.
I don't
It's
want to
pinned.
come up and yell about it.
Hey, do you want to
don't
donate
see it.
some Pulse LN to the kids in my neighborhood for Halloween? I was promising them Watch
Unfortunately,
token.
It's there, bro.
I promised
listen,
them Watch
with our
token,
referral
but
program and
Power City
everything.
hasn't watched.
Listen, with the referral program and everything, nobody gets our token. They only get Pulse. We only pay
But,
people Pulse. PLN, you
but,
cannot earn it. You cannot get it for free. There's nothing
Bro,
like
that's
that.
what I'm talking about. I'm talking about your token that people have
That's
to buy.
not what you're talking
like,
about,
bro.
bitch. Find the
Yes, it
150
is.
to
What are you
250.
talking about? That's what I'm
Listen,
talking about.
find it. Find the 150 to
I just put
250
the
TX
transaction
hash.
hash, bro. Like, what are you
I don't
talking
see
about?
it. Did you put it in the comments or in the nest?
It's in the nest, bro.
I can't see it. Here, let me come back.
So total supply of PLN is 1 billion.
Yeah, it's like something like that.
Yeah, 1 billion. I'm looking at total supply, Pulse LN founder token. Just looking at the contract.
And then like the main wallet has like most of it. But what I'm talking about right now is how he transferred money from this origin address that I'm talking about into his own little wallet. There's multiple of those transactions. That's just the last one.
Okay, please post them.
Well, there's an address 240E that has 999.
Yeah, that's the one he says does not matter. Oh, that's
Yeah,
the
that's the one
OA.
I'm talking about that transferred out of.
So 250 million came out of there. Find the TX hash, man. Like, we're waiting. I don't see it. Post it in the comments if you did find it.
2 months ago, we got a that's Pulse. Yeah, let's see.
250 million. Let's see this shit. This must be amazing. Did you do this when you were drunk?
But,
Listen. Did you do this when you were drunk? Because you
What?
were really drunk when you were saying that stupid shit. If this is part of that, I will categorize it together. I will put it together. Okay.
But Pulsar, like you've already established your exchange, everything, goodwill with the community for a long time. So I think it's better if you don't come on so hot. Just
I
because
have
I know
to,
if
man.
somebody calls you a scammer,
Once in a
I
while,
would get
have
mad
to.
if somebody called me a scammer. But I'm just saying, like,
I understand what you're saying. Hex is the
you're
way. Like it maybe.
pretty much you've come above this, right? Already, like
I think so
already
too.
proven your technology's good. You're above, like even Richard Hart right now, he's above the SEC, right? Like they could say whatever they want about him, but it's like whatever, like I've already proven it. It's working. What are you gonna say? People didn't get their Pulse coins? Sorry, your lawsuit came out after everybody got their free airdrops, so it's null and void.
Is he
But
talking?
listen, yeah, you're right. X is the way. But this is the one thing that I want to say. It's just when you make the allegation that somebody's affiliated with somebody else, just because somebody has the right to use our referral links, there's probably thousands of people who have their address tied to referral links. There's no sign-up process. There's no email. You just paste the link and you get it. We try to make it as easy as possible so this douchebag's bags can get pumped, right? He's doing less effort than we are to pump his bags. And he should, at least if he's not appreciative, just do some research before you come at us with this weird shit, right? You're drunk and then you spread allegations. We're waiting for the 150 mil to 250 mil. Nobody's seen it yet. Like, listen, just one by one, get it out of the way. And I'm willing to say, if you were drunk when you made that blunder, I'm willing to let it go under that umbrella. Like, but if you were dead sober, fuck you, because you made that shit up. And here's the thing, I don't know about Iceman. From what I understand, that guy might be half Zen, half Hex or something. Like I've seen him in a lot of Hexes the Way
He's a
spaces.
scammer, bro.
Not
I'm telling
Hexes the
you
Way.
right
I've
now.
seen him in. Okay, yeah, I understand what you're saying. I've seen
Known
him
him
in
for a while.
Hexy. Okay.
Not good.
But
Not good.
I'm just gonna tell you what. I'm just gonna tell you how I know him. I've seen him in the Hexy Cajun spaces. Like when I pop in, he's usually there. And the thing is, from what I understand, he just wanted to use a widget, and he basically incorporated it into his site. And I checked it out. It was in a way that it actually fit the design, and it's actually the implementation that we'd like other people to do. Go buyHOA.com. They have it listed there. I think buypulse.com, something like that. They have our widget there. Like there's a whole bunch of projects that, thanks to the utility of our widget, now they can actually have some utility. Like if they're advertising to people, they can onboard people to Pulse Chain, and then also they can earn PLS, and then they can pump their projects with whatever the fuck they're doing. We can't discriminate, right? It's freedom. Like this is the type of shit that YouTubers use, and AdSense won't cut off their revenue because they said something weird, right? We'll pay them. We're not going to judge you. This is freedom of speech. You can do whatever the fuck you want. This is pumping your bags. Like, why do I have to explain this to you? And the other thing is, a lot of people say we had a sacrifice. A team member actually pointed this out to us. You know how they're vampires?
Super State guys never showed up.
Hey, Trap Gravity, you know how Christian and Crypto in the Hood say that they're vampire attacks on the chain, vampire attacks on our community. Have you heard that before?
Yeah, fuck yeah. I mean, it's
multiple
everything
times,
around
right?
us. Everything around us is a vampire attack.
So what you have to understand, like our team member pointed this out to me. We actually did a reverse vampire attack. We took loose money that was around during that time that would have gone to shit, and we pumped Hex with it. That was a reverse. We're actually Blade. We're not vampires. We're Blade, right? We took $1 million, like 80% of it was not Hex, and we pumped the Hex price from 10 to 20 cents. Anyone who exited during that time, we did you a favor. Anyone who sacrificed for PulseX during that time, you got more PulseX because we held the Hex price up in addition to other people, but that buy pressure is useful for you guys, right? So in reality, we're the opposite of a vampire.
What did I miss?
When you say 10 to 20 cents, I don't remember that happening. You're talking about April after the PulseX sacrifice when it went to 18 cents? It was
Check it out. Hey, there's a wallet.
I don't remember going down to 10 cents. I remember
it did. It bounced from 10 to 20, maybe 21. So
Are you talking about?
the thing is, you can pull up our SAC wallet and check. As soon as money goes into that wallet, all of a sudden it's buying Hex. USDT goes in, it's buying Hex. USDC is going in, it's buying Hex. It was pumping that price for everybody. Everyone benefited from it. Right? We listen, the easy thing to do, a lot of projects did this, go straight to USDC, go straight to USDT, go straight to Bitcoin, right? Fuck the community. That's not what we did. Right? So this stuff is just, that's why it's annoying. Because a lot of you don't realize this was a reverse vampire attack, right? That million is now 50,000. But the people who sacked to us, most of them were in profit just this last week, right? And if the pulse price goes back to its sack price, they'll all be in a 2x. Now, they took a 95, 98% drawdown. And those sackers are in profit when the pulse price goes back up. Listen, find the 150 mil. I'm going to go to listener. I don't want to hijack the room anymore.
Bro, wait, what did I miss, bro? What about the shit that I posted in the Nest?
Is it there? Let me see. No, Route is the only one who posted. Listen, you're playing fuck shit games, fuck boy games.
Bro, what are you talking about? I'll
Post
screenshot it right now. The pulse
Post
scan
it. I don't
fucking
see it.
URL, the transaction.
I see
Nobody
Sami.
nobody sees this shit.
I see Sami. I
It's
see
literally-
Eco
I see
Builder,
it.
and I see
It's the
Route.
second one
It's
over.
up there.
It's the second one over.
I see it.
Eco Builder.
Yeah, you can go to scan.pulsetrain.com, transaction hash details, ACD9.
Is it in the comments or the Nest?
ACDF9.
Comments or
It's in the
Nest?
There's like a
Nest.
whole 10 minutes I couldn't hear anybody for whatever reason, so I missed
Is there a
It's
whatever
in-
comment
they
or a
said.
Nest?
The Nest.
It's in the net.
I don't see it. Hey,
And
can you
I
please
bet
post it in the comments because I can't see it.
It's also the
From
comments
to.
underneath the
I only
address.
see Route, and I see Eco, and I see Sami.
I think.
Oh,
what
it's
the
probably
issue
because you
is,
haven't blocked. You probably can't
you
see
had
that
him
tweet.
blocked initially
maybe.
whenever you were in the room, and so maybe you should leave and come back,
All right.
and you would see it. It would refresh, maybe.
Okay, we'll do.
Yeah, I see the transaction. So what happened after that?
Yeah. So what's the deal?
Yeah, I see it. This was
I was
a
just pointing out how it's not just fucking, what do you call it, fucking, I don't know what the word is for it. Fuck.
A duct tape token?
an OA.
Yeah, it's not acting like an OA like you would want it to. This dude's fucking paying himself out. Like, what the fuck? Either way, why does he need this fucking special token making him money to onboard people? Like, bro, why not just onboard people with the bridge, your little bridge in your exchange without this token?
I see it now. 10
Yep.
minutes ago. Let's see it.
Yeah, I would like to hear your explanation on why you need this little side bag. Like, if it
Let me
is
pull this
just
up.
a
Let's see it.
origin address and you're acting in good faith, why do you need these little side wallets?
250 million. You send me a transaction hash with 12.1 million.
It's 225 million.
Where is that number? I don't see it.
Hang on.
It says
Might have sent the
value
wrong transaction.
12.1 million PLS. Is that what you're talking about? Or is this under? What is this transaction
Bro, you
hash
know
even
how-
for?
Hold on a
Hey,
second,
did
bro.
anyone verify this when he
I'm
posted
going back
it?
to it just to.
Because he's having a hard time. I hope you guys verified it. You're telling me
Bro,
it's in the
now you're
Nest.
just capping, bro.
No, you're telling me
You're
it's in
acting
the
like you
Nest.
can't read a fucking transaction.
Where is it? It says
Look
12.1
at the
million
wallet,
is the
bro.
value.
Who cares about that shit? The wallet.
Listen, jackass, you pinned a hash that I told you to pin with 250 million. I gave you a leeway of 100 million. I don't see that shit here.
I'm talking about the wallet, bro. Who cares about that specific hash, bro? The wallet.
Listen, post the hash for the 250 million that you're talking about. Or just say that you were wrong. Like, be a man at some point
Hold
during
on.
this discussion.
Damn, Crypto in the Hood. What's up, bro?
Damn.
You know, and just chilling, making this loop.
Yo, dude, we were just talking about reverse vampire attacks and Blade.
Let's
and
go.
By the way,
I'm Blade.
I
We're
just
Blade.
fucking watched Blade 1, Blade 2.
Silver
I'm in the middle
nitrate.
of Blade 2
Silver
right
nitrate
now.
with garlic.
Bro, silver
Grill.
nitrate
With
and
grilled
garlic.
oil.
It's vampire mace. It's very effective. It actually causes vampire heads to explode.
No, probably turn you
And
black.
that's what we want.
It was fucking great. Then you can run with the silver. You can run with the sunlight. UV rays are crucial.
Daywalker.
Dude.
Bro.
Hey, bro, even Blade 2, it teaches you, bro. You can be immune to
100%.
the silver, immune to the garlic, immune to the fucking serum shit.
Serum
But
is
you got that
adrenochrome,
sunlight,
bro.
boy. You fucking
Hey, do you guys know that those movie studios, they could only make all those comic book movies because Wesley Snipes lifted the whole studio with those 2 Blade movies. The third one was garbage because they brought a whole bunch of
third
bullshit
one?
characters.
Oh, dude, I just watched. Dude,
Oh,
I actually gave it a shot. Look, I actually.
What do you
sat
think
there
about
and
that?
I fucking clicked skip, like 10 seconds. Like I just kept clicking the button.
Didn't
I was
see it?
button mashing the fast forward just so I can get to the action scenes and just barely get through that. And then I was like, fuck the rest of this shit. Jesus Christ, this is awful.
I'd rather hear about Eco Bill looking at his poop through a microscope.
Oh, did you do the parasite thing?
Parasite.
You got a video?
Nice.
Oh,
You got a tapeworm? 12-foot tapeworm?
Wait, you did an examination of your own excrement, and you did
You're
it
kind
under a
of
microscope?
skinny.
You have to for deworming. You got to check.
You're gonna get super fat now.
How many parasites do I have in me right now? I don't know. A lot.
How much do
probably.
you weigh?
5,500.
You'll have like 3 to 4.
Yeah, I got 5,000 fucking parasites. I need to get rid
Yeah,
of them before my
tapeworms, bro.
5,555 day stakes are due. Shit.
Like
Hey, the thing is,
when you take a bite of
Crypto
something,
in the
you
hood
eat
might be right. Crypto in the hood might be
tapeworm,
right.
baby.
Those parasites,
Because back in the
some of those parasites
1800s,
may
they used
improve your
to.
life.
Yeah, back in the 1800s, they used to drink tapeworm eggs. The women to stay skinny. Because you just feed the tapeworm, and you don't gain the weight, but you feel fat. You feel full.
Oh my God.
There used to actually be a pill like that. If you left it on the near the window, like near the sunlight, tapeworms will actually come out of it. There was a diet pill. They used to put tapeworms in it. So Nico, you might lose your 6-pack abs.
Dude, I got a couple bookmarks saved that are like really, really good ways deworming stuff. I haven't gotten into it yet, and I'm kind of scared. I'm like, oh fuck, I got to do this shit. This sounds fucked, but okay. There's some stuff you can drink and some procedures you could take, like natural ways to deworm yourself, and it's fucked up, but it's like, oof.
Hey, I got an easy one for you. Easy, you'll love it because you could do other things with it. You get a papaya and then you pour honey on top of the seeds and you eat the papaya with the seeds.
Saw that.
And it's a natural,
yes.
warmer.
Apparently, it like makes all the it something to do with it kills them off, or it makes them move.
Yeah,
around
the enzymes inside the seeds help you
Yeah, I did just see that as well recently. There was another thing a dude said. There's like a couple items, things to stop eating, things to stop drinking, or like chemicals to stop, or like things to stop consuming, right? But I did see the papaya seed thing. Apparently, they're like kind of peppery, or they're like.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not nasty.
I gotta try that, dude. I actually have like a Hispanic market near me, which would definitely have papaya.
Yeah, you should have it there, yeah, for sure. But not every drugstore.
Like I can't imagine papayas being popular in like I don't know Oklahoma. No offense to Oklahoma. I mean, I just
you never.
yeah, no offense, but like geographically speaking, you probably don't have like the demographic.
They're like, oh yeah, I'm craving papaya. Yeah,
we're not gonna be fucking shipping papaya, up in.
We had a hand up, guys.
Yeah. What's up, Funk?
What's good? I was gonna say,
up, Big Funk?
oregano oil is also an option for what you're talking about. But it is
The deworming.
Yeah, it is kind of
Teeth,
not pleasant though.
teeth oil.
Actually, yeah, dude, I have heard amazing things about oregano. I'm scrolling down. God damn it, I gotta go far. I have a lot of good shit to say. Also, by the way, coconut oil, very fucking good. Very fucking good for you. Very good for your like digestive system, your metabolism. It's like it helps you process food better. It's great. You should like eat it or cook with it. I haven't tried it yet, but I've seen a lot of talk about it. I'm trying to get on like the fucking tallow game, the beef tallow game, but I'm not there yet because I'm just still a wrecked pleb using fucking butter. But at least it's organic. Fucking Amish butter.
Hey, if I remember correctly, there were some kids, or people when they were kids, their parents used to put, I think, duct tape or scotch tape around their butthole, just in case they had pinworms. They'd get stuck to the tape. And because pinworms, I think they only come out when you're sleeping or something. So if you're worried about that, put some tape on your butthole.
Yeah,
dude,
that's
kinda
true. I
makes me
heard something like that.
Don't tell me that, bro, because I'm gonna go duct tape my ass tight tonight. I'm gonna wake up.
Hey, you could go get a Brazilian.
Kev, you gotta.
Hey, yeah, for real. Also with the bot fly, like if that shit gets under your skin, bro, that shit crawls around until you suffocate it with like petroleum jelly and duct tape.
Yeah, I'm gonna let me.
Y'all sound
Let me
fucking
start
wrecked.
out with the fucking papaya seeds, okay? Let me just start with the fucking papaya seeds first. Let's
it's natural.
let's just kill
and if
these
you go
fuckers
organic,
off and
even
let's shit
better.
them out.
You could go organic, even better.
Yeah. Oh man. Oof. I don't want to. It's been a fucking thing. I saw this. Man, it was an AI generated fucking thing, and it was this tweet about pork. And you can't. There's no safe temperature to cook the parasites out of the pork. They're in you. Like you got them. They're in. It's like, and I fucking eat. I love pork. It's like fucked. So it's like shit. All right, let me enjoy the rest of my. See, I gotta cut the bacon out, dude. That's fucked.
Oh,
how do you get parasite-free
not-
bacon? You can't.
I found a video.
You can kill them. You can cook it.
I just want to say, there's a video I saw. Somebody poured a Coca-Cola on raw bacon, and worms started coming out.
Yeah,
you gotta be careful with the
pork. It was like a pork chop kind of thing. It was like a slice of pork.
Have you guys tried like already like pre-cooked bacon? From what I hear, it could be dog bacon.
Oh, I don't disagree with you on that. I believe.
Where do all the dogs go when they take them to the pound,
bro?
And nobody takes them.
Have you seen the videos of what pig feed is like?
Oh yeah, it's plastic, bro. Shredded plastic.
It's just trash, and it's
the guy
giant industrial
from New York,
machines that chop it all up and turn it into this like gray slop matter.
Bro.
It's fucked, bro.
Oh shit.
It's very fucked. But we live our life and we're like, yeah, fuck, I'm trying, dude. And I go every day and I'm like, I love it. It's bacon. It's great. But I understand why like certain populations in the world are like, they forbid it. And I see why. I get it. Like, I get it. But, and I've done the turkey bacon, dude, but I'm worried that that's also fucking processed, meat sludge. Like, what the fuck is that turkey? Where is that turkey from? Is it wild turkey? Where do they get this turkey? I mean,
is it wild?
My God, are they a bunch of dudes out there with machine guns just slaughtering turkeys and putting them into a fucking meat grinder and slicing it up and making?
I don't know. It's all those hundreds of thousands of kids.
Oh no, dude! Don't.
Yeah, bro. I got a bunch of videos, bro. Like,
God, stop.
Yeah, bro.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Fuck,
bro.
dude.
Like if you don't
No, I
think
believe
it's
stop
real,
because
like
I believe it. Stop.
whoa.
Don't even explain anything more because I believe it, and I don't even. My mind is already
Okay,
racing
yeah.
anyways with that. Stop.
You
I
could
fucking
play in
know.
La La Land.
I know what they do.
Yeah, bro, it's
God.
disgusting.
All right, so
But
Listen. I just want to interrupt something just briefly, guys.
hey, where
This
have
guy
you
posted.
been,
Hey,
bud?
hey,
Like
hey,
I like
briefly, Crypto in the Hood. You came in the middle of something, so let me just get this out of the way. This guy posted a 250,000 PLN transaction. That's like 1,000x difference in number. I gave you 100 million leeway. You posted a 250,000 PLN transaction. Please tell me you were drunk when you were reading this shit, man. Tell me you thought that period was a comma, right? And listen,
Bro, I'm just
you
posting
could.
like I'm looking through multiple
You're
transactions
posting
that
bullshit.
went out
Listen, click his
to other
link.
wallets. Bro, it's still money that went out to other wallets,
250,000.
bro.
200. That's called an airdrop, jackass. 250,000. You are
So just like a
249
couple different
million
wallets.
900 and maybe 775,000
Bro, and you still
or
haven't verified your
750,000
code, bro. When
short.
are you doing that?
Listen,
Like
bitch, stop moving the
you can't
goalposts.
you
Post
can't
the
just have
link,
people
faggot.
buying shit up
Listen, I'm
that
gonna
has
start calling you
no
a bitch again. I'm
verification.
gonna call you a bitch again because now you're
Bro.
deflecting from the point that you made earlier. Listen, I don't like emasculating men. Like when I tear
How am I
down your word and
deflecting
prove.
shit, bro?
Listen,
What am I deflecting?
when I tear down your word and tell you you're a bitch and you lie, I'm basically tearing your ball. Like I'm emasculating you. I'm taking your manhood away. Because
My God,
literally,
bro.
like
Yep.
listen, the real
It's true.
listen, your balls are your word. Like Scarface didn't lie. That's one of the truest shits he ever said. Like when I tear apart your word, I'm basically turning you into a bitch. Like you can go on those
Mhm.
trans shows and start dancing. Because listen, you didn't
Dance,
find the 250 million transaction. You found a 250,000 transaction.
Okay, but you still
You know how
haven't
far that is?
talked about how you haven't verified the
Listen,
the contract
jackass.
at all.
Hey, everyone in this room.
You
I'm
keep
not
deflecting.
crazy,
You're
right?
saying I'm deflecting, but
Shut
you're
the
the one
fuck up. Shut the
deflecting.
fuck up for a second. Everyone in this
You
room.
don't need to have
remember how
this-
this conversation started? Is this guy too much of a bitch just to say I'm sorry? I read it wrong. I gave you the drunk angle.
Yep.
You could have used that as an out, but you're too much of a bitch to even walk
No,
that back. Like you have
I
so
do
little
apologize
integrity.
for telling you that you're like social engineering people because like you're just trying to sell your token, but like at the same time,
Number one,
like
okay,
that's technically
hey,
social
listen.
engineering. Like
Listen, no, it's not. I'm a real man. I'll take that apology. Second apology, 250 million. Does that exist? Can you please say it for the room?
look at that. What I just posted was like 250,000. So yeah, you're right about that.
Let's go.
But like,
okay, listen.
bro,
I'm gonna tell
you have not verified the code.
Listen,
Like that was the
I'm
fucking
gonna tell you.
original.
Listen, don't
that was
move
what
the
started our
goalposts.
conversation in
No,
the
it's
DMs,
not.
was your
It's not.
fucking- Yes, it
no,
was.
it's not. No, it's not. Listen, don't move the goalposts. I'm gonna give you, as a man to another man, right? You showed integrity by saying that. Because there's some other bitches like Bob Lagai, his faggot ass, would not walk it back. Like you have more balls than him because he would not even apologize. He wouldn't even walk it back. He just talked some shit and stuck to it, right? He just slunk out. He doesn't talk anymore. But at least I'm going to give you credit for that, right? So
and I would
I'm going
give
to
you
leave
credit
you
for
unblocked.
removing
Listen,
your post.
I'm going to leave you unblocked.
Because you did
Listen,
that.
I didn't remove shit. We don't remove shit.
You did, bro. You posted about Super Steak.
Listen,
it's not there anymore. I can't
you
find
hallucinated some shit, right? We've already proven that you
shit, bro.
Listen, the 250 million.
That definitely happened.
Listen, you already said 2 times you hallucinate. I'm the only one who doesn't hallucinate this whole argument,
it's literally
right?
in our chat.
You hallucinate 3 times and you apologize.
I was
and
in
you
a
just
group
forgot your
chat.
apology.
Hearts Assassins.
Did I hallucinate your
in our chat.
apology? Did I hallucinate your apology just now? You said 2 things that were wrong and you walked them back. This is another thing that you're wrong about. No, nothing was removed from our shit. Nothing. We don't do that shit. Right?
Bro, what happened to the Super Steak post? It was there.
Nope, it wasn't. You're full of shit.
Yeah, bro. You mentioned how they added your little exchange widget to their site, bro. You even admitted to that, but now you're saying that you didn't.
Dumbass. It's not an admission. I didn't add shit, you idiot. They added it. Whatever the fuck they want to do with those links is up to them.
Yes, you mentioned it.
Dumbass. Listen, I'm trying to give you an out. Can you not self-sabotage yourself? Right? I'm gonna leave you unblocked.
I don't know what out.
I'm just gonna say
an out.
Listen,
you made a shitty fucking token.
You were drunk. No, retard. You said a whole bunch of false shit, and the whole room caught you now, right? So you already proven you've lost a lot of integrity.
The whole room caught me on what though, bro?
250 million, 250,000. They know the numbers. You don't need
Okay,
to
the
be a
numbers
genius
were
to understand
off.
that.
All right, my bad. The numbers were off,
Yeah,
but you're
listen.
still like
Yeah,
you're
listen.
still
Listen.
bouncing
Listen,
around
bitch.
about
Listen.
the code, bro.
Listen,
You
bitch.
haven't verified that,
No bouncing
and
around. Listen, I'm not even gonna give you the out. You stay, bitch. Right? You're staying, bitch.
why do you need this origin address in the first place? Like, what's the point
You're
of that?
staying, bitch. Shut the fuck up now. You're gonna stay blocked.
All I wanted to say
Fuck
is
off.
that it's very unacceptable that I have not met Trap Gravity in IRL yet, which is just beyond unacceptable.
Actually, who
Absolutely
has though?
fucking
Has anybody?
unagreeable.
2 million hex.
He won't
You
come
meet me
down
this
to a
weekend.
Georgetown meetup.
Yeah, I need 2 million hex for me to show up at a fucking hex.
That's what he's charging for his documentary too.
You have to
Yeah,
take
give
from
me
the
2
top
million
dollar.
hex.
No, I'm not
yes,
charging
yes.
2 million.
Hey guys, be careful.
Hey,
There's a bitch talking.
Hey, I'm not charging 2 million for the documentary. I'm charging 2 million hex just for you to view the trailer. Let the bands play.
Yeah, let the bands play, motherfucker, dude. Let the
Send another
motherfucking
100
bands
each.
play, dude. Let me tell you what, dude. Let me tell you something that's fucking sick as fuck, dude. The fact that we've got these Uber discounts on Richard Hart premium blue chip tickers, you stupid sons of fucking bitches, bro. Like, oh, god damn it. We're getting zeros in front of all of these, like, extremely high, extremely undervalued digital assets, groundbreaking digital assets that are like, you know, you're in the internet before the internet's popular. You're in the blockchain before the blockchain's popular, like before it becomes standard. I have met fucking guys that got into the fucking networking game, like the fucking Cisco type guys early on. Like the early days was like the Wild West. It was a free for all with laying the internet infrastructure with, you know, servers and, you know, communication systems and like networks and all this shit, bro. That was the guys that got into that shit. I've met them, bro. I've met those guys. I've met the sales reps that got to fucking sell that shit back in the day, and it was a fucking dude. I mean, it's unbelievable. The numbers are obscene, you know. And imagine owning the tech from the beginning. They had to build infrastructure back then, so there was a lot of, you know, capital investment type stuff. Like the guys that, you know, got into it, they made money, but they had to spend a lot of money. You know, like sales rep, like people who were like ancillary. You know, there were ancillary benefits of being in on the internet / you know, server network, IT, everything like infrastructure. That, you know, there was a huge opportunity like on the side, but it created an, you know, enormous business, and now it's everything is internet based. I mean, let's be honest here. It'll be very like, I mean, it's gotten to the point where even the fucking cabal needs to run. I mean, they could run their own servers on their own dedicated system somewhere for sure. They don't need like, you know, the general infrastructure we need, but, or should I say consensus in our case. But, you know, the stuff, the shit that we're in now, these tokens, these tickers, you know, what they are, what they represent. I mean, the community involved, it's got everything, dude. It's like you've got all the reasons why it makes sense, which also comes with maximum gatekeeping and like, you know, we don't want the world to find out about this. This is too good. You know, this is too good for the world. When you have something like that, that's kind of, it's kind of powerful. It's kind of daunting at the same time because you're like, oh shit, adoption, you know, number go up, you know, but you know, it's just it's still an amazing time. And god damn it, if we've got zeros in front of these goddamn things, it's like it becomes an extremely high priority from a, you know, financial perspective and an investment perspective. It's like, yeah, dude, you may take the hit now, just keep buying lower, keep going, just keep going, keep going. It's like, get the units of appreciation. and then you think about units of appreciation, you need millions, right? You need millions, and preferably billions, but depending on what the market determines the value of these things are, having billions of hex is impossible. Having billions of pulse and pulse X is very doable, but you still need a lot of money, right? Even right now, I think you still need like $1 million to have like a 40 billion. I think 43 billion, right? Isn't that like $1.7 million right now at the bottom? So like, think about that, right? Like that's insane to think about, right? That's only 43 billion. So like, you need to have millions of these assets, right? Millions, tens of millions, preferably. In Hex's case, you better have. I hope you have a million at least. A million hex should be your minimum goal. And that was like, and now it's actually like, it only costs you like $8,000, which is insane. That's amazing. Good, like, you're lucky. Actually, it's almost $9,000. What's the price of hex? Is it higher than 8? Is it on its way to 9? $9,000. $9,000 gets you $1 million.
We're pushing towards a penny. We're going back to pre-SEC prices, which means 2-cent hex. The drainage from eHex hopefully is stopping, right? This is part of the problem. I always said, like, eHex is the stone around Hex's neck, right? So if you stop eHex from dumping eventually, maybe people stop selling hex because they could say, wow, we can't get much more on the other side of the fence either.
Right.
So that's the good positive note is, hey, if we stabilize eHex, sure. Maybe eHex says we got to go back to 2 cents where SEC scaredy cats started dumping because, like, SEC didn't do nothing to hex. It was the community who got a little scared. Okay, so stop being scared. The SEC didn't sell your hex. You did, you losers. Buy your hex back. Let's pump this thing up. Not financial advice. Don't buy hex. I'll buy it. What am I saying?
Yeah,
Smack
dude.
me, Keith.
Fuck you, dude. Yeah, leave old hex for me,
Bro, that's the funniest shit I've ever heard. That is probably
fuck you. Don't buy hex.
the best thing I've heard all night.
It's my hex. I want more. Oh man. Oh, it's fucking brilliant. I love it. Dude, and we're having fun and we're fucking, everyone's fun. Like, people think, oh God, my money's all gone. It's like, well, I mean, bro, like, if you had a job, number one, or if you had like a way to like sustain yourself and still could allocate, funds, you should, and lower your cost basis. But if you can't do that, I mean, all right, fine, but you should be able to put a couple $100 at least. Like, come on, chip away to an extent, but it's just like, dude, I was looking at like the total value of everything. I added it all up. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude. I'm at the bottom and all this shit. I could liquidate all this right now. I never would, but, and actually I can't technically. 78, almost 80 something % of my fucking hex bag is gone forever. It's years. We're talking a long time, thousands of days away. But I was looking at it, I was like, damn, dude, like, this is resiliency with these products. Like, there's a fucking bottom, and we might not be all the way at the bottom. We could drop lower. I would celebrate. I would do a dance, right? Imagine fucking hex native on Pulse Chain going to like 0.001. Or like, holy shit, bro, that would be nuts. Or lower. I don't think it could happen. There'd be too much support. It would never. Be tough.
Hey, the thing is, all I'm gonna say is probably try to buy the dip before October 31st. Not financial advice, but probably if you haven't bought the dip yet, do it before that date.
Why do you think October 31st? I was actually thinking like we should already have seen more selling off due to tax reasons for people to be like, oh, let me declare a loss here and shuffle this around. A lot of people like will
The thing
sell
is,
things.
volume. Listen, the big guys, volume, they go away in May and they come back in November. It's like clockwork. It's happened for the last 50, maybe even 75 years. So you're going to see volume increase. You're going to see assets inflate back again, and they may dip again before the halving. There may be a flash crash. There may be a war. But if you haven't bought the dip, the flash crash may not bring you down to the levels that we've seen. So you may want to. I think Hex is the way had the perfect thing. You may want to DCA during this period, but definitely be buying the dip before. I think they say what is the Halloween 31st?
Yeah.
Or is it 30? Okay, yeah.
Yep,
Why
31st
November
Tuesday.
1st? All of a sudden, magically, we see some insane. No, it's not gonna be that. But I mean, yeah.
Gary Gensler retires November 1st.
called
Right?
Hexalene
All this
this
shit's gonna
year.
start happening. It's gonna be crazy. I think.
No. Wait. What? Gary Gensler is not retired.
No. That was a joke. But the thing is,
Okay.
events will start to happen because big money is coming back from Monaco. They put their yacht away and they're coming back. Like this is from May to November, they're busy banging women and doing all the big boy things, and then they bring their money back. Right? This is what it is. I mean, that's what it is. Money managers, this is who they are.
Yeah. Well, God damn it, before we start getting any, because that's the thing, man. It's like, fuck, I don't want to buy. I thank God I got lucky before. We were already pamping, but I snagged it before we got to where we are, and I felt good about it. But it was still like, I don't want to be buying the FOMO green candles because it's like there's a likely, downtrend to follow.
There's been a rotation for sure. So you got about $500 million left post chain. You also have like 650 million that came in. This is just off the bridge, so the official pulse chain bridge numbers. So if you think about how many people sacrificed, and if you think about how much money exited, we're pretty close. We've had the believers come in and take over the non-believers supply to the point where
has it really become that? Has it been that much of a transfer? Really, truly?
Yeah, it's been a true transfer. I mean, there's some scammers probably took
like
gains,
that's verified on chain with like, because I'm not the chain analysis, I'm not the fucking expert on that. I'd love to know like the data on transfer of general
you can pull up
tokens
Dune
from
Analytics.
one to the other.
Yeah, if you pull up a Dune Analytics chart, it'll show you the ins and the outs.
And are we talking about sacrifice? We're talking about like airdrop.
I'm just talking in general terms. Like if you think about, okay, what came off of Pulse Chain? So what did people put in technically on a sacrifice, and then what was removed from Pulse Chain? It's looking like $500 million removed, and that's a fair amount.
$500 million.
Yeah. So
is that off of like an analysis on the bridge, like bridged assets going out?
Yeah, that's bridge. That's assets going out. So what that tells you is like a lot of people already took their losses for gains.
Yeah, dude. Anyone that's smart would be like, Jesus Christ. People have been able to exit like $500 million has been able to exit.
Yeah,
this thing's not even a year old, you stupid son of a bitch.
They're gonna exit $1 billion. Oh
my fucking God, bro. I don't want to, because it's like I think about these, and I don't think about it. It's a factor.
No, think about the other blockchains.
Bullshit things in the fucking. No. I'm talking about like externalities. I'm talking about negative externalities, brother. I'm talking about this bullshit and the everything we fucking see that we know is a scam and a lie, and it's all made up. But the problem is the narrative is controlled and the masses believe, and it's not, you're like a lone wolf if you try to say anything. It's like, I've said it, and people think I'm nuts, and I'm like, well, we'll see. Like, be prepared for the worst. Be prepared. I'm just saying, if enough people believe in something, they can be controlled, and it's not looking good from that perspective, right? I'm concerned about my markets. I'm concerned about my buyers. Can I say that? Can I say that I'm concerned about my buyers? Because I want buyers, right? I need buyers. I need to expand my user base and my friends.
So
We
Keith,
need this.
the
We need
Federal
all
Reserve,
of our bags pumped together. You get in.
the
we
Federal
pump.
Reserve dumped $1 trillion in U.S. government debt. The Fed dumped $1 trillion. So, like what you're saying, yeah, there are negative currents for sure. How do you cause a problem in the economy? China's selling, Japan's selling, probably Russia's selling, the Fed's selling. So they're all dumping like crazy as hard as they can into the bond market. That is a big negative. I mean, the bond market used to control everything,
Yeah.
and it's getting annihilated. And of course, some people would take the alternate side of that trade and say, "Hey, whoopty, we lost 80%. Let's get into bonds." But regardless of that, I still think what we're involved in is so tiny that literally just if our community just had a day job, it would pump. You know what I mean? Like without any new users.
This is true.
We're running out of liquid supply of Hex.
Christ.
You know what I mean? Like there's only so much left. You can go and look into Hex.com, and he does have the liquidity pools. He redid like what liquidity is there, and I did see like on each side, it looks like there's like 1 million in liquidity. So it's looking pretty healthy even on the east side. So even a bank X, yeah, they could leave if they wanted to. Obviously, some people added.
I'm looking at it now. This is a fresh update.
Yeah, they got
liquidity
all the LPs
nice.
on Pulse and
18 million in liquidity. Is that over both chains or is that on ETH? Okay.
It has each pool. You could look
that's
up
generally speaking, there's $18 million in Hex.
But I cut those in half. So like if you see the pool with whatever it is, let's just imagine
is the biggest. It's got 16 million in liquidity. Yeah, then Ethereum.
Yeah, I mean, but those are with Hex. So you have to imagine if somebody's liquidating their stacks into that liquidity pool and moving it, I wouldn't even give the liquidity a full 50% around that, maybe 40, 30, 35%. So it's not really like, hey, I got 16 million here, but you do get some support for the price. It gets hard to move the price when you have this much liquidity, right? That's one good thing. So how low can one individual or two individuals push Hex down? You got to have hundreds of millions of Hex right now, and not too many people are willing to dump that at these levels, at these prices.
I got to give it to as much, and I hate to say this, but this is clean. This is very important. This is when it's frustrating because like hopefully the dude behind this does good shit with Mintra and all this is good, right? It works out for everyone. Cool. Hopefully. But I will say the look into Hex thing, this paints a picture of why finely tuned liquidity is so important and like why it's in everyone's benefit to play along with the finely tuned liquidity and managing like a certain price level at certain times based on sentiment. If you're like a giant bag holder, right? If you're like a whale, I guess, but then it's like you have to be a whale already.
Hex switch.
You can't just be a whale now. If you try to come into Hex now, you won't be able to. The price will escape you trying to get the same units that like current.
Well, we saw the
You know what I
EHEX
mean?
wallet guy. He accumulated 300 million hex
3
with
million
multiple
in stealth
buys.
mode. Yeah,
You
like
know, he
stealth
did.
mode.
He kept buying as people were dumping. He just kept buying, a million here, a million there. So good. You can do it. You have to be patient and consistent.
Yeah, true.
Get it as people are.
Highway, I think you may have cut out there for me, or maybe I was cutting out.
I was connecting into Wi-Fi. I don't know if you can hear me.
Well, I'm just saying that, like, when I see this, I'm like, fuck, this is so important. This is what makes Hex fucking incredible, is the fact that,
Well,
like,
so Keith,
you have to
I don't know
understand
if you can
what it
see their
works.
ETH and Pulse liquidities. So in the early days of Hex, Hex was tied to ETH almost entirely. You can see it on hexstats.today. Go to the liquidity pools, and you're going to see almost no USDC tying. And then it switched, right? ETH was the predominant, and then ETH was pumping, so that really helped the Hex price pump. Now you see, after a period of time, USDC was the chosen one, but now, so during the bear market, USDC actually helps Hex, right? Compared to pairing it to ETH, which was also dumping. And then now you want to go into the bull market and you're thinking like, hey, let's pair this thing to Pulse, who has a good shot to, skyrocket coming into the bull and connect that liquidity. And so if Pulse does well, it's a ratio to ETH. You're going to be doing. It's a ratio to Hex. You're all going to be paired to the assets, hopefully moving up versus just the stable. So I think that's what the liquidity looks like, is we're pairing towards the native L1 at this point, which we did in the previous Hex, 2020 days.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
This is the majority of liquidity is Hex and wrapped Pulse. This is just like, yeah, dude.
I was in the auctions for hours today, and guess what? You can get cheap Hex even in those auctions, and the auctions are pretty much done. We did this round. Almost nothing's going to come up unless there's another reason for people to sell their HSI stakes, which almost nobody wants to do. Mercy sells or whatever. It looks like gone are the days of discounted T shares as far as HSIs are concerned. And then the other side of it would be the perpetuals. So we saw people getting 40% deals on a 15-year, right? So yeah, there was some deal going on, but it was a fight. Literally fighting to the last second to try to get 30-40% off. I even saw one that got only 11% off. 11% off is nothing when you were dealing in the auctions, so that to me is kind of reminiscent of the Bitcoin, basically your Bitcoin, what is it, premium discount on the Grayscale, where people are still buying Grayscale right now because it's still 13% cheaper. Used to be 50% cheaper. So kind of like that with Hex. Right now we got HSIs, which are almost all gone. There's almost none left in the system. You have perpetuals, which Maximus perpetuals, you have a discount on your DESI. So let's see the DESI go above the Hex price, right? Because that's technically like our Grayscale in a way, right? Like it's a staked Hex. It should be higher than Hex price, and it's not. So there's people not buying Hex, they're buying DESI. So it would be cool to see the DESI price go to the Hex price, But there's certain of us that are still like, hey, I'm buying Hex. Like I could care less about any of those discount premiums. I'm just focusing on the thing that has zero counterparty risk. So either way, it'll work its way out. But I could see that between EHEX going up, which shores up the quote unquote, I call it the OG arbitrage, right? Where we got some people who are like, oh, wow, it's cheaper over there. And I believe that it will be okay. So I'm going to put my cash over there. And that's big because who's got money in crypto, right? We have got some millionaires from Hex that were allocating to eHex only, which is kind of annoying, but that's what they were doing. And they should have probably held off to the bottom, and they kind of got, hurt by doing that, but whatever. So that's getting, hopefully, if eHex stabilizes, if the DESIs of the world come up in price, if the HSIs go away, what do you have left to do? You can only get your Hex.
We have a new speaker, Big Dog. What's up?
Is somebody talking?
No. Hex E Pulse Rica. Would you like to talk?
The question is, are we gonna go? Can Pulse go back down to like threes or lower? Can it go lower than threes? Like the low threes, like 3-3, or maybe what is this one here? Like 3-3-1-6? Can we go to like? I mean, we've never been at 32. I mean, like since launch, yeah, like since like launch, like a spike, whatever, and then like like a price discovery on like May 16th. Like it was like a price discovery, like red candle, some shit here, in like 4027, right? Spike up piece. Then you come like to like August SEC FUD. You got a 35.74 red candle, green wick, all of a sudden at 33.56, spike back up. 33.56. You got like this, like, and then like, like 26 August is when you fucking hit this 33 fucking 13, some shit. I mean, goddamn. 33 and like low fucking 33, bro. Like 4033. Can we fucking see a level that low again? That's the lowest, like 33.10 or what? I mean, I guess I gotta really zoom in and like see it. It's, I mean, fuck, 33.18, 33.14, something like that. That's like the fucking tink at the bottom so far. So far, we, God knows what's possible here after, like leading up into the fall, like November. I hope we don't see like a giant fake out. I hope we get a crash sooner. I just don't know. There's no way to tell. We obviously, no one knows shit, but maybe some guys down here, 316, 3318, someone figured it out. And within like, I don't know, what was a day or two, we were plus, like, spike back up. Now I remember that was like a Saturday. Yeah, like it was like a weekend there. We went down, we went up, then we went down, and we fucking peace. Man. And now we're sitting over here at 46, testing new levels, like on a lower plane, like where the support hasn't dropped past this 33, like 15, 18, whatever, right? So what would it take, I guess, to go from 46.54 down to shit 33 flat, right? Like what would that have to take? Some kind of an event. Clearly no one's going to dump the SEC event showed us that anything is possible. any giant large red candle is possible that you could possibly imagine. And then God, I remember that weekend fucking shit just spiked right back and fucking started the downtrend back to where we are. I remember that. I was thinking about dumping my shit and then re-entering, but I didn't because I was like, nah, dude, just chill, dude. We don't know what's gonna happen. And I'm like, fuck. Looking back on it, I was like, should have dumped it all. But anyway, hindsight, we're at this 46. I still think it's good, buy level. Like, this is great. I mean, I prefer it to be in the threes, but I'll take fours, right? I mean, basically $1,000 is getting you like 22 mil. That kind of sucks. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad either. But like, that could take a while if you're trying to get billions. Like, it hasn't been that easy, even at fucking threes. Like, even at the low threes, you're still talking like $1,000 is getting you like 30 mil, 25 mil, or whatever it is. Something like that. It's less than 50 million. Okay. So like, I'm kind of cheering on like another fucking mass crash thing, take us down to Chinatown. Let me get a fucking like $1,000 market buy, gets me, 70 million, 80 million, like Pulse X. I mean, Pulse X, you can get like how much is it? Like, you're trying to buy Pulse X with, let's just say, a stable 79 million. 79 million units. I don't value Pulse X units that high. $1,000 doesn't make sense for me to do that. But if we had Pulse Chain PLS at that ticker at this ratio, oh man, taking out a mortgage on my life. I'm just kidding. But still, it's very interesting. The question is, do you carry around silver stakes and silver ammonium nitrate and garlic? Because if you don't carry those items, you should, because there's vampires everywhere. Forget what you think vampires exist. Blade told us that. It's called predictive programming. Look at the vampires in the community.
Hey, so Eco, did you identify what that was that you were attacked by?
I'm still pretty confused.
You can use, they have these apps that will detect, like if you have a coin, they'll detect the coin. If you have a plant, you might try that on the worms.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm just having fun, like looking at each of the slides. I have 5 slides here with several objects in each one. Pretty disgusting if you're not me. Whenever I was growing up, I was told that my aunt is crazy and she's like in an asylum. And she used to collect her feces in a bathtub. That was like the horror story. It's like, oh, hilarious. Hey, Big Dog, are you going to talk or are you just going to use that sound machine?
It looks like he's an ETH guy. Listen, Big Dog, make the transition to Pulse Chip, and you're gonna want to get some of these gains.
And everything that you held on ETH is copied over to Pulse Chain already. Ready for you to claim, that is. I wish Route was still in here. He's teaching his girlfriend how to crypto these last few weeks.
I'm getting the dog here.
Jeff, what does Ashley think about crypto now?
No, she's down, but I mean, it's just like most no coiners, they don't really get it or care, so it's not as relevant. It's not like a bad thing, it's just not on the priority list, you know. For most people right now, especially too when you consider like bear market implications and macro sentiment being less than satisfactory, right?
Earlier, did you say Cisco or Costco?
Cisco.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's me. I don't play games with the. I mean, Costco's a great brand, but like, no.
Hey guys, by the way, there's a free faucet that we're developing right now to further ease the onboarding, and that link will be shared probably in the next week. Anyone can claim, I think, probably like 1,000 PLS to get started, but once.
How long is this going for?
I think it's going to be there in perpetuity, right? Anyone in the community that wants to do, like, this is not ours. We're just helping with the dev work. Somebody wanted some help. So it's going to have links to, from what I understand, Pulse Chain is going to have links to all the on-ramping, OX Coast, Pulse LN, the other stuff. And then it's going to have a list of sponsors. And the thing is, if you if you send some money to this so you can help people use the free faucet, then you're basically like a sponsor. You can get some free promotion. So this is somebody else's project. I'm sort of maybe breaking it early, but this is something that may be helpful for all of you and your onboards.
Everything good? All good? I just got back to my vehicle.
You try to walk the dog, and then you hold the phone, right? Then in the other hand, you hold a glass of your favorite beverage, right? And in this case, sometimes when you're in a Twitter space, you need to hold the phone so you can control your mute option, right? But then your other hand is controlling the dog and the favorite beverage.
You use your third arm.
You run a huge risk of dog taking off with beverage in your hand. What happens is a spilling action. You lose your favorite beverage, and it becomes difficult. It becomes an issue. It becomes a negative externality, right? So we're taking an extreme risk to do a nice thing for a fucking animal that doesn't belong to me. It belongs to the female. That's fine, you know. But like, I'm trying to do a nice thing. Spilling the drink, spilling the
You're
favorite
pussy whipped.
beverage.
Your pussy whip.
Spilling the favorite beverage. No. This was an offering from me because I like the dog.
So you're living in fear then.
He's not a bad dog. He's a good dog.
You're in competition.
Also,
Nice.
can I say that I'd like to scream at people on the fucking internet and not have to
Just
be like
your
I
pet dog
lose-
likes to scream
I
at people
lose-
while you drive.
No, you don't understand. I lose freedom of volume. Okay? Freedom of volume. I lose it, typically speaking, at these hours of the night. Because there's women asleep in the house that I live in. So it's like, can't fucking scream. I want to fucking scream. I want to share my
Scream,
thoughts.
bro. Scream. Let it out.
When I say scream, I mean like speak
Like,
loudly.
okay.
And it's
Oh.
it's just the nature of the I have a loud voice. It is what it is. I
Are
can't
you
control that.
juggling two women? You have an arrangement now, or what?
One woman, two personalities.
No. We have
I
the
think he's got a.
we've got the
threesome.
future wife and the future wife and the future mother-in-law, together in some place and time.
Damn.
Yeah,
Hey, I'll
it's
take
great.
the future mother-in-law over 2 million hex. We could trade.
I would take 2 million hex. You can have whatever you want with the mother-in-law. I'll give you anything you want for 2 million. You give me 2 million hex,
So
I'll make you a fucking
Trap
deal.
could possibly be your dad, D?
Trap, you want to be
Stepdad.
my stepdad, dude?
Yeah. Fucking right.
2 million hex. That's my minimum. We'll have to have a sacrifice.
Oh no, I'd have to
phase.
be paid for that.
Yeah, we'll have to have no. You have to have a sacrifice for it.
Well, we know who to hit up. We got Paul Lynn in here, so he can guide us.
Oh shit. But yeah, dude, fucking. I just want to go outside, scream, exercise my freedom of volume, shill Richard Hart products if I can, best case,
Just want to go outside and reflect. You want to reflect.
Dude, if I walk around, I have walked around. Dude, when Pulse Chain launched, I was walking around with the dog outside, and if fucking
Screaming
anyone
like a
heard
crazy
me,
man?
if anyone heard me, their life was changed. They're like, "What the fuck is Pulse Chain? What the fuck was
Don't
that
open the
crazy
door,
guy
don't go
screaming about?
outside."
What was that fucking lunatic walking that dog with a fucking beverage in his hand, screaming about blockchain crypto shit? What the fuck was that? Pulse Chain? Oh, what is
Not
that?
your keys, not your coins.
What is that? Hey, drop that. God damn it! The fucking motherfucker.
I was
just
screaming
ate
about the
something, dude.
scams in our community, and then you called me, and I'm like, "You're kidding," and you're like, "No, I'm serious." I was like, "All right."
Yeah.
I gave up on them for about 30 minutes.
You can fight, till the end of time, and maybe you have a relative impact, right? Maybe you have a relative impact, but the gross number will outperform that. So it's like, in my mind, I've been saying this for so goddamn long. Let them wreck themselves.
What's up?
Try to save.
Take
the
notes,
few.
though.
Hey,
Let them wreck
that's how they're gonna learn,
themselves.
right? Until
Let
they
them
get
wreck
wrecked.
others.
Oh no!
Take
Absolutely.
notes.
Oh no! Receipts.
Gather data.
Gather
We'll
receipts.
destroy them in the next bear market.
Yeah.
We will.
Yeah. After
Gather
the
the
bull.
data in your DNA.
Dude, are we gonna get a bull run? I don't. Man, I'd love to see one
What do
next
you mean?
year.
We've
But
been in a bull run, technically.
hey,
What?
god damn, this motherfucker is eating shit. What is he eating?
Shit.
Yeah.
He's eating shit. I'm like, stop that fucking motherfucker, dude.
Does
My
he lick
dog's
your
like
face?
deer poop, rabbit poop.
It could be he's crackling on something there. God damn it, you son of a bitch. Anyway, yeah, dude. Are we getting a bull run or like what do we think, bro?
Of course, if you're DCA, you're getting the bull run. If you didn't, well, you're not. Well,
But-
you'll get like a little bump, right? Like a little buck you off. the
Okay,
bull.
can we all be honest that we're likely to see more percentages at least, higher percentages at least, more like X's. Best case, we get X's. Worst case, we get much higher percentages than
I think
any
Hex
traditional
is gonna pump the
product.
hardest. I think
It
Hex
is.
is gonna
It
pump
is.
the hardest.
No,
out of
it is, and
everything.
it already has, dude. Ask Highway about it. He said that months ago. He said out of everything fucking pumping, Hex is always been the top gainer thus far.
Hell
It's
yeah,
all
P-Hex,
dude.
baby. P-Hex.
If Pulse pumps 8%, Hex is pumping 14 to 15%. Like it, and I looked at it and I realized I was like, fuck, it is absolutely the top performer. Like, it's very interesting, man. I would check out Hex if you don't know about it. Check out hex.com for yourself, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Fucking right.
Oh shit. But
We're
that's
gonna
what
be
happens,
fucking
dude. That's what
legends.
happens when Richard Hart launches multiple products. Because then you're like, fuck, dude, which one do I get, bro?
No, that's how you diversify.
Don't lose sight of what's important. Hex was always the winner, but Hex had a kind of a flaw with the SLID function. Not a flaw, but like a potential issue unforeseen with the Ethereum gas fees. Kind of an unforeseen, but also maybe was foreseen. Maybe the intention
Or
was always
dickhead move by Vitalik.
No, probably an intentional, unforeseen sabotage effort type thing, right? From the cabal deep state. Because let's be honest, dude. Drake said it. Let's be honest, dude. And come on, they're all in bed. They get it. It's all. I saw a video of Vitalik fucking saying some shit about, the banks want to approach him, and he like shrugged. He was like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, dude. Like, of course they do. Like, of course you're gonna get bought. Y'all will get bought out and like managed and controlled, or like brought into their deep state cabal, where they'll
Like
probably
Snoop
still
Dogg
own you.
wearing
They'll
a
still own you
fucking
in some
dress?
way. They're gonna own you in some way, but they're gonna give you some kind of rite of passage or something, you know? So
Beautiful.
it's just, well, and Richard may have always had the intention of, creating a better blockchain with Hex on it. And the best way to do it maybe would have been to fork the existing chain, launch the product, launch Hex first, establish the credibility, the legitimacy, the baseline function, and what everything revolves around. Establish the truth engine, and then, double create a situation where there's a
he had to come up with something beautiful.
Well, there's two truth engines now, bro. You can choose which
fork Ethereum.
You can choose if you want to buy and stake Hex on Ethereum, or if you want to buy and stake Hex on Pulse Chain. Naturally, it's cheaper to buy and stake Hex on Pulse Chain, but it's a little bit more difficult right now because you have to bridge in and you have to do all these extra steps. But hey,
it's all about the whales. What are the whales going to do? Where's the big money going to go? Is the big money going to go on Pulse Chain, or is it going to go in to Ethereum side of Hex?
That's what they're going to see. They're going to see that $500 million worth of exit liquidity was extracted in a 5-month period. So they say, wow, $100 million a month on some shit that's just getting started versus the billions upon billions of combined liquidity with, the existing Ethereum and BTC chains, like, or blockchain, Bitcoin.
Yeah, well, you got to realize, though, some of these people might not be that familiar. It's all about the whales. Like, we need new people, too. So imagine they're new. I told you this earlier. They're new.
Yeah, but dude, look,
in.
how many ETH whales
are they going to go to a new blockchain, or are they going to stick with the tried?
Yeah, but dude, look at the guys. Look at some of those addresses that are in Hex, like that got in Hex and got in Pulse Chain, like Sacked for Pulse, like they got into Bitcoin. They turned Bitcoin into ETH. They turned ETH into Hex. Like, dude, there's some fucking guys that get it. These fucking whales, these Ethereum whales, they fucking get it. These are smart guys. Like, they know what they're doing. And they got friends with money, right? Like.
We have powerful friends.
Yeah, I'm just saying, dude.
Yeah, you don't even know.
There's more potential. If I'm a whale, dude, I'm thinking about where can I maximize, like, ROI, and if I'm going to put billions into something, where can it move further? Well,
You can
Look at this shit. Look at this new blockchain tech.
You can validate pulse chain and earn 3 times as much money versus ETH. So there's that.
Yeah.
And earn way more money than any goddamn reflection token that they're shilling down your goddamn throat right now. Reflections suck fucking balls. Don't participate in them. I mean, it's like a plug and play contract. I really feel like they have a contract, and all they're doing is changing some variables. You know, is it a 3% buy and sell? Is it a 10%? Is it a 30% buy and sell? But they're all the same fucking thing. They're unsustainable. We've seen it happen before. If you don't believe me, go check out Safe Moon. Look how big Safe Moon was. Look how many people were involved in Safe Moon, and it's still been a failure. These people didn't fucking reinvent the wheel here. I would highly recommend just stay away from any reflection.
Come on. Yeah. Well, here's my thing.
Get a validator.
Whales aren't gonna enter into reflection tokens. Whales are gonna enter into, you know, layer 1 tech, DEX
I know that,
tech.
We gotta tell people.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like a lot of people that are hanging out in these spaces are probably pretty smart enough to realize that, like, yeah, okay, there's blue chips and then there's shits. And there's shits have a place and time. Everyone likes their little shit
You'd be
coins.
amazed, bro. You'd be amazed.
I mean, I see it, dude. Do you know how many fucking... Bro, I have had to reiterate to so many of my onboards, like, stop. Everything you see is a fucking scam. No, that is not legit. Do not touch a goddamn fucking thing. No, fuck you. Did Richard say shit about it? No, he didn't. So fuck off with everything. Everything else is a wrecked scam. Don't fucking DM shit. Don't click shit.
Well, now they want to tell us Richard's Twitter profile is run by AI, or he's not running it.
Yeah,
I think
well,
he's still running it. I think he's still running it.
He's definitely behind it, dude. It sounds like him. I can I hear the same Richard bravado in his tweets, the way he tweeted before, except this is more strategic tweeting now. It's the same shit from him. I've already got.
You got to
that
walk
feeling.
a tight line right now. I mean, he's got the SEC.
Yeah,
You know,
he's
so
walking
gotta
a tight line.
do
Dude.
his
Of
thing.
course he is. Of course.
So he can't dunk. So we will. All reflections are scams. They've never worked. Just go to hexsearch.io, type in reflections, get your answers, learn something tonight.
Yeah.
And I don't want to give names, but just if you got to set your slippage really high to get into this shit.
Yeah, no.
You're already lost. You're already lost.
Look, so
unless you know what the fuck you're doing, or you got little inside.
What do we think? What do we? What do we?
Advance, because that does happen in the community.
What do we think of like rotating in and out of something? Not reflection.
How about we just go with what Richard says, and he says it's just safer to assume things are going to suck. His words. He said every time that hexagons are targeted, they suck.
Yeah, and how much money gets extracted from the hexagon community?
A lot.
A lot. Some of it gets put to good use. Actually, okay, can you say, okay, what has extracted the most value from the hexagon community? Probably the 2 Richard Hart sacrifices. But that's re-injected. But that's reintroduced. Yeah. It's not an extraction. It's more of a.
And it's launched.
Right.
The thing is, he protected the price.
It is
because he locked it up.
Right. And it protected the tokens, right? So a lot of how many hundreds of millions of hex were sacrificed, right? Think about that. So that's good. So that's a net positive. That's a net gain, right? But like. And when I say extraction, that was an extraction, dude. No, think about it. It was an extraction from the weak hands. Not in a negative way. It had a net positive gain. It had a net positive benefit. but it was an extraction. If you really think about it, dude, like it was like, give me the tokens. We're gonna give you 10,000 to 1, and then a market dumps, and now you get a better rate. Like a net positive to get those tokens into better control, as many as possible, right? Get those hex, get the fucking hex away from as many fucking people as possible, right?
Too bad we couldn't get away from the God whale quick enough.
Yeah. Well, that's a whole nother strategic move there. I don't think that was an oopsies. My bad. Sent my whole bag of hex to this fucking guy, dude. My bad. Whoops. No, sirree. That was fucking planned and strategic, and we don't know why, but that's not like a whoopsie daisy made a fucking boo-boo on the blockchain. Anyone who thinks that is a fucking wrecked goddamn pleb.
Fat finger. You
didn't fat finger a send. Not with that many millions of dollars, you stupid son of a bitch. You fucking do that strategically. So maybe there's a hidden narrative with that.
Perfect way to sell. Perfect way to sell and accumulate without selling. Personal.
Yeah, whoops. Oh shit. Oh, I just up and lost 750 million. Oh, my
what
bad.
if they know that? What if they knew the person? I mean, how well would you have to know somebody? And ask everybody in here. Ask yourself this question.
Come on.
How well would you have to know and trust someone to send them 800 million hex?
Yeah. I can't even get somebody to send me 100 hex, bro. What the fuck? I've been asking Eco to send me fucking hex since Nam, dude. Like, I'd love some fucking hex, man. I can't even get some hex. Not one fucking hex, bro.
So imagine
to imagine,
800 million.
yeah. Oh, here's 800 million hex, you fucking son of a bitch. Free. Oh, whoops, my bad. Nah, dude. That's all fucking scammy trash shit that people think they fucked up and got taken advantage of. Nah, dude. There's something strategic with that. We don't even know. We have no idea why that was done. That's a wild card that we have yet to understand the implications of. So,
I wonder if there's any way
like,
to trace the Tropa wallet back to it. That'd be funny as shit too.
I'd love to. I mean, if there's some kind of
there's so many things.
there's
to look
probably not a
into.
connection. I mean, maybe there is. I don't know. Who knows? Who fucking knows? But it can be found, which is why, God damn it, this is disruptive technology, and we're the guys who get kicked in the fucking teeth first, right? We're the first ones through the door. First one through the door always gets blasted, right? Like, that's the thing.
We got to start doing the blasted.
The fake news. Fake Cherokee Indian Warren Senator Eliza Beth war end, like creates a war and an end that she wants war, like fucking hiding in plain sight there. But problem is, you've got this stupid shit, you've got this political corruption angle. Don't want it to be difficult for again, I'm concerned about my buyers. Can I be concerned about my fucking buyers, please? Can I be selfish and be concerned with my fucking user base that I want to fucking quintuple over the next 2 years? Because I'd love a bull run, and I'd love to add a million addresses to my fucking blockchain. Or I don't know, 20 million. I mean, who cares? Let's go, right? I want fucking everything.
But yeah, Pulse Chain's not going nowhere. A lot of these chains are venture capitalist chains. They raise $20 million. They make it sound like a big deal. Then they pump it with their centralized grandfather, like Coinbase or something, and make it seem great. But there's nobody over there. This is the thing. Money is one thing, but what you're talking about is really important. What they're going to realize is we got the mom and pops buying the Coca-Cola out of the machine, and we're doing millions, right? Whereas they're trying to get one venture capitalist guy to throw in and be a whale with them. And it's like
Right.
whales don't want to play with only whales. They
Right.
want to play when they can be the whale in a big sea full of
In a
tons
big
of
sea
fish. And
full
that's
of
what we're
fish.
creating.
Yeah.
We're creating the little fish everywhere that people can say, "Oh, wait a second, they got actual users. It's not
They
just
got
a bot."
users. Yeah.
They're
Because
not
of
going
the
anywhere. We thought the price dumped and they were going to disappear after the free airdrop.
no.
We're sticking around.
we have proven that there is support.
That's
at
how
the
they get their users,
low.
though, Keith. I mean, we laugh, but they get their buyers from a quick pump on a little airdrop, and they hope it's going to last long. But in the end, that's venture capital money providing the liquidity pool. And once it gets exhausted, most times nobody goes back to the chain. You know, that's like a little drug trying to hopefully like put the guy back into a shock or something, right?
Yeah.
Oh, let's jumpstart his heart again or something. Let's see if he can make it. No, we don't need any of that. We don't need the fake money, the raises, nothing.
Yeah.
Regardless of what happens, year after year, bull market, bear market, pulse chain's going to keep kicking. And it's just going to get bigger. So whether we hit 1 million next year or the next year, that'd be great. I mean, hey, wouldn't we all love to have it be faster than slower, right? But for the macros, who knows? Like, in my opinion, I'm still thinking we got one more year of accumulation phase.
I think you're right,
One
bro.
whole
I think
stinking year.
I know. I think so too. My question is, when we say a year of accumulation, are we talking about a year of these prices, or are we going lower? What are we talking about here? Are we talking about like a fake pump and then a retest kind of thing where it's like slightly higher, or are we talking about like a dump and never return? I mean, fuck. It would take
But if you have a job, Keith, like if it goes too low, it doesn't matter where it goes. Like you'll be able to accumulate so much, right?
No, I'm good. I'm just saying, like,
we have until June at the most.
It would be great to see, like, okay, not now, but in the next, I would like in the next 8 to 10 months. Yes, I would like to see something. When I say see something, what does that mean? Well, I
think we're going above SAC rate. I think we're going. Well, first is above SEC. Well, SEC is SAC rate, right? So it's kind of the same thing.
It's kind of right around
within months, probably January, February. I think we could hit those hex 2
I mean, if we go back to SAC rate, dude, I'll be in profit at that point because I've fucking bought so much at the bottom. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, but it's still.
If you can retire at SAC rate, you have enough of the coin. If you can't, I'd probably want to accumulate more.
Yeah, there's no retiring off of SAC rate. There's retiring. Get the fuck out of here on
what have you been doing, Keith? What have you been doing? We're trying to retire on SAC.
Would love to retire at SAC rate, but I mean, let's let's go for like, let's go. We gotta, that's where I'm like, fuck. I probably got a couple cycles. Realistically, I might have another bull, and when I get to the next bull later, God knows how long that is. Maybe 8 years, 10 years, whatever, or I don't know where we're at in the respective cycle chain, but I mean, again, dude, do we have 8 to 10 years in this current paradigm?
Yeah,
maybe. Can they kick the can down the road? Can they kick the can down the road for 20 years?
I mean, nothing will beat the store value we have.
No, I'm talking about the current fiat paradigm.
So according to current calculations, if they don't change what they're doing right now, we only have 20 years left.
We only have 20. That seems very optimistic. Like,
well, the problem is things could destabilize when you're getting close to that last couple of years on that 20.
I think we have 17 left.
17.
Yeah, that's probably true. I mean, it really depends if they change. Like, are they gonna really keep putting out trillions upon trillions every single year? If they do, then yeah. What's up? We got a hand up though. Chesterfield.
Yeah.
Chesterfield,
Okay.
can you hear us? You're on. Your mic is on. You're live.
Is that Turkish?
I'm sorry, guys. I came across your space room and
Don't be sorry.
I'm trying to understand what hex is. Can someone explain? And you guys always using Instagram filters your profile picture. Why?
Hey, do you,
Number go up.
Chester? Chester, do you do crypto yet?
Yeah.
What do you have in crypto?
I'm sorry. Your voice is.
What is it that you? What do you participate in with crypto?
You mean I'm taking to crypto money in just like my country, not like
you got Bitcoin.
global. What?
Do you have any Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Do you have any Ethereum?
No.
Do you know what Ethereum is?
Yeah.
All right.
But what is the hex?
It's a somebody else take it from here. I just wanted to.
It's a store of value. The question is, like, if you don't, do you not understand what Ethereum is or what it does?
Not yet.
Okay, so you don't understand how like tokens are built on top of that layer one blockchain. So like Ethereum is a layer one, just like Bitcoin, BTC is the token that represents the Bitcoin network, right? So you have ETH, which represents the Ethereum network. So do you know like how the networks work, like the actual blockchains themselves? Sir?
Yeah.
Do you know how they work?
Are we still using the Bitcoin with the proof of work change and it's just mining based on time?
Well, I'm trying to. He's asking me what hex is. I'm trying to understand if you understand what layer one tech is. Like layer one tech is where it all starts, and then you have smart contracts built on top of the consensus layer that perform functions. So hex is a function that generates a yield, and it's up to the user to decide. It's up to the user to decide how much they want to earn and for how long. And it's a token that sits on a layer one blockchain. It has a current price. You can buy and sell it right now. But the purpose of the contract is to stake it and earn yield. So it's a store of value over time. It's a better Bitcoin. And it's kind of unlike anything else on the Ethereum blockchain. Ethereum is a layer one, which is a consensus network. Hex is not a blockchain. Hex is a smart contract protocol. It is a individual, line. It's lines of code that perform functions on their own. It just piggybacks on the back of a consensus layer. So, if you understand what I just said, then you should understand how important hex is.
Yeah, but I am not dealt with Bitcoin in the detail. I'm more interested in stock market.
Well, let me tell you. Do you trade on like any major Nasdaq, Nasdaq or NYSE? Do you operate on like a brokerage platform of some kind? I'm assuming, right? In your country, you have some kind of platform where a guy. Binance.
Yeah,
Oh well, that's a centralized exchange for crypto. That's not the stock market, but okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you're on Binance, then get your wrapped ETH and
Get off that shit.
Send it on out, dude. Send it on. Do you have a wallet? Do you have like a MetaMask or something you use? Or
Actually, just
have
send
everything on
BNB to
Binance?
Pulse LN. To 20 seconds, you'll have PLS and Hex.
Yeah. If you want to buy Hex, you got to buy it on Pulse Chain, but first you got to get the Pulse Chain. So you got to get off Binance. You got to send your tokens to a self custodial wallet like a MetaMask. And I hate to say that, but there's other wallets, but that's generally the easiest way to do it for now. But you shouldn't really do crypto on an unsafe, untested, or well, it's tested, but it's a hot wallet. So it's a software wallet. You should really get a hardware wallet like a Trezor and generate the seed phrase off your main computer devices. But that's a whole other conversation. For you, if you have Binance on your phone, just download MetaMask and send a couple $100 to your MetaMask address and go to pulsex.com, connect, and you can fucking buy anything you want.
I've got a BNB to Pulse video that somebody made, and it probably has Turkish subtitles. I'll pin it.
Yeah, I just how to say.
If you want to get Hex, you asked me earlier what Hex is,
I like to play money. I think you all guys like me, and I just listen, and maybe in the future.
Chester, the reason why we operate Hex is because we can acquire the tokens and stake those tokens with a contract and earn a yield. So we earn our piece of the pie because there's a set amount of inflation that the contract creates. So because we stake those tokens, they're not available, they're off the market. So we burn those tokens when we stake them. And so it's all mathematics. And that's Hex.
Yeah. You can also take into consideration that number went up big time, did a 10,000x, and also did a 99% drop. So like crypto is extremely volatile. You have to be prepared for insane swings, right? So you allocate a certain, comfortable amount, whatever you'd like. Not financial advice, of course, but you decide what's right for you. And the beautiful thing about Hex is that when you stake it, you earn Hex. You earn the yield. The yield is awarded to you in Hex, which is separate from the dollar value of Hex, the current market value of Hex. So if you simply look at it as a yield generator, then you have, you're not if you're not bound by the traditional price value of what this token is worth on the market at the current rate, and you solely look at it as a way to generate yield without middlemen, without a counterparty risk, without relying on some other stock fund manager to make the right call at the right fucking time, get you in at fucking 3 and take you out at 5 and fucking make a fucking this, that, man, I'll make you so much money. No, get wrecked with all that shit. No middlemen, no bullshit. You have zero counterparty risk. You can earn the amount of Hex that you want to earn in a given period of time. You just have to do the math to figure out what works for you in a sustainable way. So it's quite complex. It's incredible. It's a complete product. It's probably the only complete product that exists because there's no way to change it or stop it or control it outside of liquidity and price. You can't stop the contract from performing its function because it has a mutable code. Therefore, it's going to run as long as it runs. You have to nuke the internet to stop it. I mean, if you nuke the internet, we got to worry about bullets and rice and water at that point. So,
and Kev said that there's heavy volatility in crypto, but I'm under the assumption that there will be less volatility. There will be less. I can't even say that
volatility.
Word right now. Volatility. As we go forward.
I just want to understand You
Well,
you
there's no
just
guarantee.
you just have a take token in Hex, or you the founder of Hex, or like something.
No, I'm just a participant.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just a participant. I'm a community member.
All of you guys, like
Yeah, correct,
yeah.
correct.
Okay.
Which is another kind of third part to the whole thing, right? You've got
Nobody's paid.
what does the tech do? What is the price? And then what is the community that values that, right? What is the community that supports that price? Right. So got a lot of elements to consider with Hex, man. It's not just as simple as like, oh wow, that's a token on some blockchain. No, it represents a lot more than that. But you need to understand why blockchain is important, to understand that it's a digital Excel spreadsheet on the internet, and that our fake made up internet money is better than the government's fake made up internet money. And that's what it boils down to.
So Chester, there is a founder. However, that founder created the contract, put it into the blockchain, and has nothing to do with it going forward. Nothing to do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So you should go to hex.com and definitely free yourself.
Okay.
Hex.com, free yourself.
Have the recent wars affected your stocks in Hex now?
No.
No.
Nope, not really. I mean, we're not really involved in that. You've got passive income coming in every single day from Hex if you want. So like every day at 000 UTC, more Hex gets created, which goes to the people who choose to stake the Hex or burn it. So that's kind of what we're about. We use Hex on Pulse Chain, which Pulse Chain is a fork of Ethereum. We just created it 5 months ago. It's running really smooth. So you basically get access to a new blockchain. You know, Bitcoin's like what, 15 odd years old. That's great, but its best days could be behind it, you know. But as far as Pulse Chain, its best days are going forward. So it's nice to be part of something new. And with Hex, it's been around for almost 4 years, which means you're getting the dependability and the community built around Hex as you're involved in it. That helps to provide stability in price. You know, you always have buyers, for example. And then you extend that to Pulse Chain. So we get all those users plus more running on this new blockchain that's been running perfect for 5 months. So what I like to think about is passive income and then upside potential through user growth. And that's what we're experiencing. And yeah, you could lose all your money in stocks, you could lose all your money in bonds, or you could lose all your money in crypto. Crypto usually goes up and down a lot faster, and from the looks of it, we're kind of on the tail end of the downward portion. Hopefully, we'll be going towards the upward bit, but there's no guarantees. So what we like to say is, don't invest don't invest more than you could afford to lose. You know, that it's going to hurt your life, right? Don't put your rent or your house money into crypto and then not have a place to live. You know, you got to be reasonable. Usually I subscribe to something called dollar cost averaging. I purchase crypto minimum every week, if not every day. And I only put in small amounts. I consistently do it, and I've done that for a long time. And so I'm not very worried if the price goes up or down because I'm getting different prices and I'm eventually selling at higher prices, hopefully. Right. But either way, I think digital assets are the future. We've seen the governments around the world make so much money out of thin air, out of nothing, that we have inflation, which is very painful. All the countries almost are experiencing it. And in my opinion, the code that's locked, like Hex, makes certain rules that can't be changed by a human. The code is set one time, it's locked, and then it's unchangeable, which is more sustainable than what the governments around the world have done to money, right? Like money used to be worth something. Let's put it this way. It used to be $100 or $1,000 was worth a lot of money. Now it isn't anymore because they created too many of them. It's just supply and demand, right? They created too much supply. So my belief is that cryptocurrency and especially Pulse Chain, Hex, and others provide us better rules for our assets than the government's provided us. And yeah, we still have those other things, like we still have stocks, we still have maybe we have bonds or whatever, but for a lot of us, this is like another opportunity to protect ourselves from the basically the government that's creating so much money that is hurting our future wealth, right? Like you want to retire on $100,000 or $1 million or $10 million. We don't even know what we need to retire on because there's going to be so much more money by the time we retire. What is any of it going to be worth, right? So that's the big conundrum or the problem that our entire world is facing. And Bitcoin started the call it financial revolution, where we're starting to think about limited supply. We're starting to think about something that's created through the community and not through a centralized bank. And so far, it worked out pretty good. So we're continuing that with new technology that's superior and can't be changed. And if you, let me see, I don't know if you follow any of us. I could give you a follow. Hey, it says don't follow me.
No problem.
But yeah, you if you want to read, you can
Yeah.
read at hex.com. You could
Yeah,
read.
okay.
You can
It's
also
not
read
okay.
at pulsechain.com. Those are that might help, but we're also in these chats. So if you ever have a questions, you can just come in and
Okay.
ask us.
So sorry for taking up your time. I will listen to you. Thanks for the kind conversation. Thank you, guys.
This is what we do, so we appreciate you coming up.
Okay.
Alhamdulillah, let's go. Yalla.
I'm not Muslim.
It's okay. Alhamdulillah applies to all religions. Hey,
Okay,
let's go
okay.
with the hex. Listen, get the savings going, and you'll be good. Because I know Turkey has its own monetary inflation issues, so
Okay.
you need something to protect you.
Have fun.
Well, he followed me back, so I just sent him some websites. We'll see.
Route, how's teaching the girlfriend going? Hex isn't available for Chester on Binance, is it?
No, I sent him the video so you can go from BNB to PLS, and then we just enabled the pair, the hex pair. We had that shut down for a while because we had a lot of PLS activity, but we just enabled the hex pair just for him. So if he goes from BNB, he can go directly to hex. Actually, the interesting thing is he has 3 cheap ways to do it. He can go on Optimism from Binance. He can go on Lightning Network, or he can go on BSC directly to Pulse and directly to Hex. All of them cost about like a 2 cent to 5 cent withdrawal fee, usually.
Yeah, our biggest problem is the financial system we live in has basically done a slow rug on the entire society, and so it's rough. Some people might. I mean, that's why Pulse Chain is important, because you can invest, $10. But yeah, a lot of places around the world, that's all they got.
Hey, somebody sent me a receipt of something they bought from one of these American warehouse stores where they have big stuff. They showed me the receipt from 2020 and the receipt from this year. And the comparison is shocking. The same items. The guy could only buy like, I think, a third of the items that he originally bought. And his family is on like a fixed income. So I don't think anyone's avoided it.
Yeah, I mean, if they collapse the economy, then maybe the gas price will go down, and if that goes down, maybe other prices will too. Sad, right? But they do this 5 to 10 year cycle where they create too much money, and then they try to do the opposite, right? And we're kind of getting towards the opposite, but we'll see.
I like that I came in here just in time to hear you guys onboarding a B&B guy. That's my favorite.
Anybody get their Mint coins? I think Mintra just launched its coin. I haven't looked, but I just saw somebody's tweet. They said it's like down 50%.
What?
You got to dump quick, Crypto on the Hood. What are you
I'm
sleeping on
fucking
this?
I'm stuck. Never mind, forget it.
No, I don't have any Mintra, so I'm not dumping. So no, I'm glad things are hopefully launching because of the NFT shops. I mean, I want to see a couple of the big ones actually out there pushing. Because yeah, it helps. Advertising Pulse Chain through their NFT shops is good.
Yeah, some freaking updates would have been nice. Freaking putang na mo.
Hi, hi.
Hi, hi. Brenda! Whatever happened to Brenda? She was fun.
I already forgot her name.
Oh, shit, that's funny.
Hey, Route, are you there?
So, Pulse Helen, I don't know if you've been paying attention too much to the Spark Swap guys, but they did that bridge with what is it, Binance? I don't know, I haven't tried it, but they also are in general Binance people, it seems like. So them coming over and kind of connecting with Pulse Chain to me appears like a big connection as far as I don't know, they're in that world and they're trying to come over to ours and with the whole Spark Swap thing. So I've seen it as generally positive. They got their own decks, you know, Spark Swap.
They have something called EMP, right?
Yes. So
That's what they're bridging.
That's they're doing something with like EMP and ETH, and I don't know. So it seems like they're kind of trying to combine multiple things, and they probably do the EMP over on Binance. I just saw some of his stream with this other guy. They're not really part of our community, and they're trying to purport. And I don't really want to talk about this too much, but it's like NFT bond or something with guaranteed returns, or I don't know. So there's a lot going on, and it has to do also with trading and stuff like that. So I don't know. It seems very suspect, but overall, their decentralized exchange has worked fine, and it does have farming that kind of piggybacks on PulseX. So you're kind of doing both theirs and which has been kind of I don't want to know if I would say norm, but you know, people like to basically utilize PulseX as LP, but then they also have you deposit the LP and then you're getting their coin, right? That's kind of been common. So there's that, but yeah, it's something I kind of watch out for. And so far, it seems like they've had some money, right? It seems like they're not just coming in with nothing and trying to take everybody's money, but how far does that go, you know, and does the shoe drop, you know? So it's just something to look at, or kind of. I don't know if you've tried the BNB bridge or not, but I haven't.
The thing is, I don't know much about EMP. Do you know what it is? What is the token for, other than bridging? Because from what I understand, it existed before this project started, right?
Yeah, for the Spark one. Yeah, I think it's their original, whatever it's for. But yeah, I haven't looked into it too much. But it's the good thing in a way is it seems like they have a presence in other places, right? But they're trying to kind of blend the world. So I like that. And maybe they have access to people that we never talked to, right? So now people are learning about Pulse Chain through, you know, a bridge that this guy's created, or, you know, so it can be positive. There's the usual with these decks is usually their coins eventually dump a lot, right? So we'll see. Spark is kind of at its up 60 cent, and now it's going down to about 26. We'll see, you know, how far it goes. They base their tokenomics on several things, including taxing like in and out of their farms, so they can pump their coin, which is kind of common. But anyway, not to really talk too much about it, but it's just since you're here, yeah, I just want to mention that he had an actual he had a video. It's like a live stream where they started talking about this trading and this NFT. And to me, this is where I started to really put in a lot of red flags. But regardless, the point that he has gotten to so far in Pulse Chain seems like it's been legitimate. And is that, you know, is he an optimistic person that's trying to do something halfway decent? And does it end up getting a lot of people hurt? I don't know. But yeah, we expected like BNB folks, some of them would come over to Pulse Chain. You know, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I did see something in the comments. Somebody was showing. Wait, is dog still here? Oh, okay, never mind.
Dog, the bounty hunter.
The guy with the bark noises. He was showing two different exchanges with two different hex prices. I don't know what he was trying to get at.
Dude,
Maybe
my
he was looking at
fucking
e-hex and
wallet.
Yeah,
p-hex.
the big one, big
My-
dude like Bruce Lee.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like that big dog guy got involved in some kind of coin that could be a scam, and I don't know. I don't know if any of it's legit. I haven't checked it out, but maybe he's trying to sell that scam coin, and it's not allowing people to sell it. You know, like the honeypot style. But I'm not sure, and I'm not. I don't really care to investigate it. I mean, he should have asked us in the space, right?
Yeah.
Right, but we can't hold everybody's hands. Can you hold my hand? My
Yes.
wallet's been my wallet's been stuck for fucking like 3 days. I changed the
And
I sent no coins to the nonce to push it through, and then I accelerated that, and then I started like it's probably finally done processing or some shit.
make sure the gas is like between 20 to 50. Because I saw it was like 0.002 something. For some reason, it was miscalculating price.
Yeah, to boost it up, add a tip. I mean, you can also use a different wallet to push something through. If you have it on hardware wallet, switch over to a different one like Ravi, maybe to do it.
Okay.
Also, you can also clear. I don't know if you went in MetaMask
I
and
already
cleared the
yeah the
transaction.
caches
Yeah.
it's still acting dumb. Yeah. All right, once I get to my house I'll try a different wallet.
The one thing I don't
Yeah,
like
try
about that
Ravi.
Ravi, like I heard it's a great thing, but this is the problem. Number one, if I'm using a wallet, I want it as far away from Google as possible. And unfortunately, they chose that browser. And then the other thing is, if I want to use a wallet, I want it as far away from Windows as possible. That's the other choice they made. I'm like, listen, if you care about this stuff, why are you choosing these platforms? You know, it's all
Pulse
Is that right?
Wallet,
Like
they
it's
have
compromised, sort of.
no Ravi does have a desktop app so you wouldn't be installing an extension at all.
I think it's
You can
Windows and
install
Mac
an
though,
app.
right?
It's a well, the desktop app
Unfortunate,
that I'm aware of, yeah, is probably a Windows desktop app. Maybe it's Mac as well, but yeah. Do you want to use Linux or what are you thinking?
Ideally, yeah. Because the thing is, when I hear a Windows system, I know this is not the norm, but I think everything on a Windows system is keylogged, encrypted, and then sent to the servers. So I don't consider it a secure platform to do crypto on. I think anything you type near Google or near Microsoft is going to a database somewhere.
What am I supposed to use? VirtualBox or
Linux. Ideally, you use Linux because Linux. Some distros don't have to phone home. They don't phone anywhere, right?
TP, home.
Yeah, because unfortunately, these consumer ones, like you heard about the Prism stuff. I don't have to tell you. All these
The
ones are
Prism
phoning
stuff, yeah.
home. No, I said Prism.
Oh,
PRISM.
Prism. I thought prison stuff. I was like, yeah, I know how that is.
But yeah, all of them are participants in Prism. So I'm just like, okay, if you type anything near one of these companies, it's probably going to get interdicted and siphoned off to a. I think somewhere in Utah, there's a server farm. It's just going to sit there for the rest of your life, you know.
Yeah, I don't
So
doubt it. And you know, Bill Gates, it's fucking boyfriend with freaking Schwab. So we gotta be careful with that shit too, right? Like we're attacking everybody. Okay, everybody's running on his fucking system. Who got those keys, huh?
I must say I do have a different security posture than a lot of you, but I would implore you, if you can, maybe let me think. Abandoning Windows is probably too hard for people, but abandoning Chrome is a much lower bar. So I don't know. Maybe I'll contact the Rabby devs and tell them, hey, we're going to onboard a lot of people. Just build a Linux, port it to Linux, right, or something. And the thing is,
Well,
you
why
know,
not? Why can't we do like a campaign for that?
exactly. Like our team recently realized, like we have pricing pressure power, and this is something you realize it after you get to this point. But we can actually contact exchanges and pressure them to move their prices, like So
You see that, boys?
like as a
First, you
community,
need
we
the
can do
money,
that with
and then you get
wallets.
the power.
Robbie will get back to you straight away if you contact their support in Discord, Pulsarling. If there's if there's enough Linux users, they'll consider it. But if there's not a lot of Linux users, then it will just go on deaf ears.
What if we Twitter bomb them?
Probably more important to some of the other wallets, they don't collect keys, addresses, transaction balances, hashes, or any personal information or your IP address. So there's that.
Okay, the default RPC server that it adds, is it a custom one or did they provide one?
They provide it, but you can change it.
Okay, yeah, that's just good.
You can do your own.
Yeah, I think the thing is, porting it to Linux is probably not that hard. So, yeah, I'll see what I can do.
But you can do a custom RPC node if you want. It's extremely challenging area. Like you can use whatever you want, but you still use the wrong DApp and you get data mined. For instance, Uniswap, they capture everything, every keystroke, your IP, your LP positions, all of it, and they send it to Google, all of it.
I saw a tweet about that recently. That is fascinating. So, and the thing is, unfortunately, these engineers know better, right? They know better. It's sad. One thing that's really cool we discovered today, and this probably doesn't apply to most of you, but there is an in-browser Lightning wallet that you can use with our platform, and it works on Tor. So not only is it private and all that stuff. Unfortunately, I think you do have to sign up with an email. I don't know why, but you can use it on Tor, and there is some privacy there. I know Tor is compromised too, but I don't know. Hey, I do want to ask Sean, what is with that picture, man? I've seen that a lot, and I never heard.
He's been eating lots of Twinkies.
Yeah, and I think that's the Malaysian flag. So I don't know if he has a a foe in Malaysia or something.
Oh yeah, maybe he has something in Malaysia.
Also, Len, I just want to say, yeah, I listened to the earlier stuff that transpired. I support the way you handled it. I know it can get a little emotional, but I love when
Hell yeah, I loved it too, bro. It was dope.
People come without the facts and never produce a real TXID. And then when they do produce a TXID, it either isn't your address or it doesn't even have the right decimal places, like in this position. That was pretty comical. And a simple check of your token holders would have seen that there's not a single holder with that amount either. Like, it's just, to me, ludicrous.
Yeah, that was good, man. It was dope. Kind of refreshing. Kind of reminded me of Richard Hart.
I think he's a little more elegant with this. Listen, Richard, listen. Hey, there's a video of Richard when he first was launching.
Oh, you did
Hex,
remind me a little bit of
this...
RH with the balls. And do you want to get your balls back? I've just emasculated you. It was pretty fun. I was sitting here.
Oh, did I?
I was sitting here in tears, dude.
Oh, you're going to a
fucking
blackout?
I was in tears, man, when you just fucking launched. But you did keep, like, you weren't like, it wasn't like your speed, you know what I mean? You weren't elevated like to where people like get super triggered. I think you did it in true RH fashion, I reckon. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Yeah, it was pretty dope, bro. Like, you still like try to give him an out and shit, but he didn't want it.
Man. You gave him so many outs.
I was
and even
trying.
when he got,
I'm glad you detected that.
Even when
I
you
was
gave
really
him,
trying, like, unblock, come into the room, talk with us. Like, I wanted to go that route, but he didn't let me.
even when you gave him the benefit of the doubt of being drunk, and then finally he admitted that he was out by a decimal or two. He actually still didn't apologize for that. He just said, "Oh yeah, I'm out of decimal."
Yeah, he redirects.
I mean, weak ass bitches in this space.
Oh shit, Big Dog is back. Hey, Big Dog, do you want to explain what you were asking about?
If anybody wants a recording of this space, it's on Hex Futures YouTube.
Oh,
yeah.
asshole.
Giddy up. I'm going to clip that shit right now. Fucking hell.
Guy.
I'm a pretty good editor. I'm gonna make a movie about Pulse LM. Bring your heroes here to die. Bring your heroes here to die.
I don't know.
Bro, it's dope, bro. Like, hell yeah.
Thank you, Eco Builder.
Hey, somebody was asking me, Eco, did you have that StreamYard or no? And then don't even mention what it was.
We all know what it was. We all know what it was. You still know the code to the door. You still know the code to the door. Not everyone knows. You know the code to the door.
Record our private show.
Okay. So somebody was asking about it. I was like,
yeah, can I watch it?
Hey, Pulse LM, what's the code?
I think it's 2618.
Oh, it sounds pretty right.
I remember phone numbers from elementary school. There's some numbers that just stick in my head. I don't know why. Like,
what the fuck? You're like the Rain Man.
Hey, here's a weird one. Here's a really weird one. DCTB2, 4RV9D, 3TXP2, F89JK, 26XWQ. That's a Windows 98 CD key code. For some reason, that's in my head. And you can look that up. Hey, Eco Builder, you have the recording. Somebody, if you have time, just type that into Google and see. That's actually valid code.
All right, Rain Man.
Oh yeah, and I am super dumb. I'm trying to get dumber, but there's just a few things that I have to work for
Well,
me.
let's go to Vegas and use your gift.
And I'm gonna have to go back and watch Eco Builder's stream because that was the highlight of my day while I was working, listening to you just tee off in such a awesome fashion. Gave me flashbacks, man. I tell you, of the other conversation you had was it a month or so ago?
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Listen, we should change the discussion because this makes me, I don't know. I don't know how I feel. Hey, Crypto in the Hood, what's new, man? Listen, I haven't talked to you in a long time.
No,
I
don't
know.
deflect. Don't
I think
deflect.
there's somebody impersonating you, bro.
Yeah, don't deflect. What you need to do is you need to go back and watch Eco Builder's stream to see your performance.
What?
I'm not gonna watch it again. I don't want to hear this stuff.
Can you like screen record it and send it to me?
I'll clip it and put it on our YouTube channel for all to see.
This guy.
We've only
Oh
got
my God.
we've only got like 5,000 followers, so not many people will see it.
He said not many.
And then it ballooned to like 20,000 people.
Then I'll tag your friend just saw me. That should get it out there.
Oh boy.
He loves to populate the drama for engagement. So yeah, I'll clip it and send it to him. Should be good. Then you can watch the spike in how many people use Pulsar and Exchange. You watch, you'll thank me later.
You know, that's unfortunate, but that's sort of true. Unfortunately, during the yelling, there was a big spike in people checking the referral program, and I think a bunch of people are probably going to start using the referral links. So it's slight silver lining there. People know they can earn crypto if they have like a social media channel, or they have users or YouTube, and they don't want to get censored, right? So, but yeah, I'd rather not have to do that. Okay, so guys, I guess this is one thing that I saw in our chat, and a lot of people weren't aware of it, so I'll mention it to you. There's a phrase in traditional finance. It says sell in May and go away. You guys have probably heard it. If you haven't, that's a kind of a cliche at this point.
Sell in May and walk away.
TradFi.
Yeah. Very
Yeah,
common.
basically. There's variations of it. The full phrase that we used to hear in private rooms was sell in May, come back in November. right? They usually don't tell
Doesn't
that
rhyme.
message to the. Yeah, it doesn't rhyme, and they don't tell it to retail traders generally, just because they don't want to be front run. So if you can remember one thing, probably for the rest of your life when you're interacting with financial instruments, sell in May, come back in November is a thing. It may not always be exactly that, but there's enough people with enough money that believe it that usually it kind of works out that way. So just one of those things. Oh yeah, and just keep this to yourselves. It's not gonna work, is it? Just you keep it to yourselves. Because listen, the way edges work is if enough people know about the edge, it will be basically removed from the market. Too many people will, you know, exploit the edge, and the edge will start to shrink, and then there'll no longer be an edge. So some of this information you got to keep close to your vest. You know, maybe just share it with people you care about, close ones, loved ones.
Yeah, some of the variations are just walk away in May, so they don't want them selling.
Yeah. If you hold stocks, maybe sell, but you know these high quality assets, keep them. You know, I did see somebody say that there was a bunch of fake Mintra contracts. So did Mintra launch?
They just airdropped the token. It's going to launch within the next 7 days, was what their tweet said.
Oh, okay, cool. There was somebody who said, okay, this is what I read. I think it was something NFT related from the Zen community, and they got delisted from somewhere, and people were trying to get them to kind of move it to Mintra. So that'd be good if they can onboard all those people somehow. I don't know what the deal is, but sounds useful.
Do you just do a soft shell? Is that what just happened?
For Mintra, yeah. The thing is, I don't know anything about it, but yeah, if people want to come on the chain for NFTs, I think that's. Listen, let me reread the tweet because I don't even know what I was reading.
Please make sure you're not hallucinating when you read the tweet.
Yeah, I gotta sober up. Okay, just ignore what I said. I don't know where I read.
Yeah, you were probably drunk. It's gone awfully quiet in here. Is everyone else falling asleep? X is the way normally has plenty to say. It's so quiet. Maybe he's
Yeah.
making pizza with his kids.
Also, Eco's holding back on his slides. Like he doesn't want to share all the intel. And
I went
so,
out into the lawn and I grabbed a flower off of a vine, so I'm looking at that now.
you got one of these powerful microscopes? Is that what you?
I got a digital
What
microscope
up,
that's
bro?
probably
Awesome, Mac.
$200 worth. Back in 2017, and I looked at some worm castings from the compost bin back then, and now I finally brought it out of off the shelf or whatever. Welcome. Didn't mean to interrupt you.
Who was that? Elsa?
Elsa Mac.
Brother Mac.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I was in a spotty connection, so I couldn't hear anything. But I just want to say what's up, and I wanted to come up and ask, post LN. I sacrificed for this project, but ever since then, I never really like looked again or like followed up. Just want to see if you can give me a quick rundown on like.
Bruh, super fast. You're late to it. Actually, no, you're not. But I mean, like, it's super fast. You're gonna like using it.
The exchange
It's
works
almost instant.
amazingly.
Oh no. Okay, so let me
I'm just curious.
let me specify.
What do you need to like
Well,
specifically?
I'm talking about like in regards as a sacrificer, right? Because I did go to the website and kind of like play with it, right? But I mean, in regards to the sacrifice, like I never even like added the contract or anything, or I just got caught up with life.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just a bunch of shit. No need to explain, but I just want to see if you can give me a quick rundown.
That's that's probably a good thing. There was a lot of volatility that you just avoided. So I'm gonna say, it started at 0. You probably have almost a 500x on it. You're probably close to a 2x from the time you sacrificed till now. So that means you avoided the bear market. And it was airdropped. So all you got to do is add it to your wallet. I would hold it until the exchange is at full capacity. We're almost there. We're almost at stage 4. We're at stage 3.5 right now. Once we get to stage 4, then the token will be more in focus. But right now, we're just stabilizing everything, adding more chains, adding more stuff from feedback and all that. So it is becoming a more stable, robust, kind of mature platform. So yeah, and there's a lot of adoption. The referral program is actually working as intended. One thing people don't know is that we don't charge the end user for that referral fee that we pay referees or whatever you want to call them. It's the founders who are taking a small cut to onboard people on behalf of, or to pay these referrals to onboard people on behalf of the community. So this is actually, when I say founders, all the Sackers, how do I say this? All the Sackers did their thing and no expectations, whatever. And then if they were airdropped this token, they became founders. So all those founders, they're paying that price, kind of like Eco is doing with his mailers and all that stuff, right? He's taking out of his pocket and helping the community. These founders with the referral stuff and the referral links, they're taking a little bit out of their pocket and helping the community. So it seems like that's gaining some traction. There's a lot of projects that are
We're like heroes
driving.
then.
I didn't hear that.
That we're like heroes. We were like silent.
Yes.
Angels.
Yes. So a big round of applause for the founders. And that program is getting a lot of traction. So I have a feeling at some point there's going to be thousands and thousands, maybe tens of thousands of people that are part of the referral program. And anyone who touches our service has, they have a button to install Pulse Chain. So if they don't know it, like the button on our site, we kind of gauge it. I'm not going to say 100% of the people that click the add to MetaMask, add Pulse Chain to MetaMask button are new onboards, but there's a significant percentage that are. Like if you're touching our service and you don't have it in your wallet, there's probably more than a 50% chance, maybe 75% chance that you're new to the chain and you're just touching it for the first time. So those kind of metrics are really useful because we know that we're actually making an impact in onboarding. So these little things, they were designed until you test them in the fire, you don't really know if they work. And the great thing is, that we did a decent job designing it, so it's actually working as intended. That's always nice to see. But I'll tell you, as any entrepreneur knows, or any person that's new, starting a new business knows, right? There is that butterfly in your stomach moment where you don't know what the price should be. You don't know what your customers will think. You don't know, right? You're launching a product, it's entering the market. You're doing price discovery on the fly. You're doing customer feedback analysis on the fly, right? It doesn't matter. I don't know. Listen, if you're seasoned, we've done this a bunch of times with various companies. If you're a seasoned entrepreneur, you still have those butterflies. And it's actually after a while, I think as an entrepreneur, you enjoy that feeling. It's very refreshing because you sort of always have it. But the cool thing is we went through that phase and the feedback has been positive. So Alsum, yeah, good. I guess I can say this way. The community, I think, sort of thanks you for your contribution.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. Yeah, I just wanted, like I said, I just wanted like a little summarized update on where it's at, because like I think I remember like when you guys first launched, I remember jumping into the Telegram room and there's a lot of people that were upset. I don't remember exactly the details why, but I was just like, I'm gonna ignore all this BS, because there was a bunch of BS like all over crypto Twitter. So it wasn't just with Pulse LN, right? So I was just like, I'm gonna ignore all this negative crap and just check in later, right? Because it's not like I was trying to wait for the airdrop to sell, right? Like my goal is not to sell, especially now or anytime soon. So I just want to get an update. But in regards to like being updated, right, with the info, is it easier to just go to the website and read, or on Telegram room on the pinned files or pinned posts or whatever?
I would say, yeah, Telegram, because everyone in there is on the same page. There was like 3 people who were really confused about what we were doing and why we were launching the way we were, and they were trying to explain to us that, hey, no, the exchange is actually not important. It's actually the tokenomics, right? That backwards thinking. So those are the people that you avoided, and the fact that you avoided them, I think, is part of the reason you probably got a 500x. But yeah, definitely hop into Telegram, because if you're not in there, I don't think there's any other avenue to get important information. Not everything gets posted. Most of it just gets posted or in the Telegram. So.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. So now, so as a token holder, do we earn any type of fees as people swap?
Yes. So there's that buy and burn, and the fees go to the token holders through the Pulse PLN pair, the ratio shifting. And then there's also the discount. So if you are a PLN holder, it used to be you could get up to a 50% discount. So at the time it was like 5% fee, so you could get 2.5% DCA. Now the fee is at 2.5%. So the people who had those numbers, or the whatever amount they have, they can get as much as they can get in as low as 1.25% fee. And the great thing about that is, because something like a Cash App or a Strike App or a Binance only charge sometimes anywhere from 0.5% to maybe 0.7%, or maybe 1%, you can go from fiat to Pulse for about 2%, maybe 1.7%, depending on which one you use. I think Binance would probably be the cheapest you can get in for like 1.7%, which is a massive savings, right? And the thing is, when I say that number, I'm saying it for any amount. So like if you do that with $1, you can do that with $1, and you would get like, I would say 96 to 97 cents of pulse.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. Yeah, so that actually
That's very efficient.
Brings me to my last question.
Sure.
You saw that I sent you a message, right? On well,
There
I'll
was
send
a
you an
room
invite.
or something, a spaces.
Yeah, so there was there's like it was months ago, dude. Like months ago, I jumped into this space and there was this dude. I think it's like Dr. Robotnik or not something like that. But he was like talking hella smack, right? Like talking hella shit and wouldn't let people talk, and he
That's
like
what he
wanted
does on
people
a
to come
daily
up.
basis.
Oh, okay, well I don't know,
The
I
name
don't
sounds
follow that
familiar.
dude. Yeah, so there was like a bunch of people, even Katie Crypto like jumped in there because somebody invited her to like explain to this guy, but like the dude was being a straight up like asshole, right? And anyways, right, he was talking hella smack, right, about Pulse Chain and blah blah blah, right? So today, I saw that he had a space open, like obviously somebody that I follow was on there, so I jumped on there too, and I noticed it was that same dude,
You did a
but
180
he
flip
was like,
today.
yeah, so he total change of heart, right? And they were talking
He's
about,
bullish on Pulse.
yeah, so the main question was like, I like it, blah blah blah, and he's talking about how like somebody was asking him, okay, so how do I buy it? And he's like, well, I don't fucking know. And then so that became the topic for a little bit, right? On like what's the easiest way to get it. Somebody mentioned Pulse LN, and then somebody mentioned, oh well, that's through Cash App, and you'll have to pay taxes, and they just started hating on it. And then that's when I sent you the invite. I was just like, let me see if I can get this dude in here so we can clear this shit up. You know what I mean? But then like a little bit after that, like the space rugged, and then that was that. You know what I mean? So that's why I had sent you that invite earlier. But just to kind of like ask you my final question. So if somebody were to ask, you know what I mean, like how easy is it to get into PLS through Pulse LN? Like, what are the I don't know, 2-3 steps or whatever steps, and how easy is it?
Send him the videos pinned on his Twitter. There's multiple easy ways.
Oh, okay, I'll probably
Yeah.
have to look at that too.
There's a Cash App video, a Strike video is coming. All of these are like 30-second on-ramp solutions. Once you got to do it once, and then it'll be kind of muscle memory, very easy. There's a BNB over BSC straight to Pulse Avenue. There's a BTC straight to Pulse Avenue. And I'm talking layer 1 BTC. So we support Lightning, but we also have a solution for BTC. So the thing is, the guy who was talking about, KYC, all this, there's a bunch of KYC, non-KYC services that we have on the site. There's a link right on the front page that you can click on. And those are DEXs. There's like 3 or 4 decentralized exchanges that will give you either layer 1 BTC or layer 2 BTC, and you can take that and send it through our service directly to Pulse. So I would say, as far as flexibility, it's very flexible. Just because once you can get anonymous BTC, I mean, the sky's the limit on your crypto experience. And then the great thing about these services is they can't be shut down. They're available universally. They're on Tor, they're on ClearNet, they're on maybe I2P. So, whatever your flavor of privacy you like, you can experience.
Oh, okay, that's cool, dude. I'm gonna have to like look at all this stuff because that's one of the main things that I like. I mean, I like trying to teach people how to do this stuff and how to make it super simple to get in. Like I remember when I always talk about this, but Crypto in the Hood is my boy. We grew up together, and when this guy got me into crypto, like we would spend freaking 4 hours every night, 3 to 4 hours every single night on video chat, and me just bombarding this guy with freaking hella questions. Because first of all, I'm technical, right? So I need to understand shit before I move forward, right? And so, so I'd be asking this guy hella questions, and we'd spend hours, like we'd spend hours and hours and hours, like for like 4 or 5 months. I don't remember, but like almost every single night, we'd spend 3 or 4 hours, and this guy was in Mexico, so it was like 2 a.m. my time, so it was like early in the morning his time, and that's how it was, and I think about that now, how soon after that I went on this mission, trying to onboard people, and quickly I found out how hard it was going to be, simply because of the fact that there's so much to learn if you're like a no coiner, right? And that's who I was like trying to educate, right? A bunch of no coiners, people that I know, or anybody that I met on the street, strap a conversation or whatever. And I quickly found it really hard and fucking frustrating trying to hold people's hands, and I remember how many hours it took for my boy to teach me this stuff, and I was just like, man, this is going to be hard, like trying to teach people. And then I started hearing about new projects and how easy it was going to be, and how we can do it, and this is why I like asking these kind of questions, and looking into projects that make it easy for people to get in, you know what I mean? So that's literally what I'm gonna be looking at right now, your project.
Okay, perfect, man. And the thing is, I don't know if you can hear me. This thing froze.
I bought no coiners in through Pulse LN, like to the point where.
Mic check. Am I good?
Yeah, can you not hear me, Pulse LN?
Oh, go ahead, Magic. I can hear you. Yeah, go ahead.
Everybody's good.
I bought some no coiners in that I got to sacrifice for Pulse Chain, and then they wanted to know how to get from Binance into Pulse Chain, and I sent them through Pulse LN. One of them had to contact their support, because even though it says the maximum limit at the time, I think, was $500, they still sent a few dollars over. But yeah, they had a great experience, even with the support. And then and now all my, I would call them, they were no coiner friends, and they're still learning a lot about crypto, are all using Pulse LN to come in.
Awesome, man. So I was just gonna tell Alsamac.
Yeah, Alsamac.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, if you go through this stuff and learn it, it's gonna take a few minutes for you to learn, really, because once you watch the video, you're gonna be well versed.
It's super easy, bro.
Go ahead, and if you want to, I would recommend it. Go ahead and click on the front page. There's a invite friends, get BTC, or earn crypto, invite friends button. Click that. Create your own referral link and put it there. Like there's no problem with that. Your onboards won't lose a thing. Eventually, in the future, they may get a discount by clicking the link just for an extra incentive. And then you went through the trouble of learning it, post it there, and you can make a little bit of money while you're also educating people. Because the thing is, there was a problem in this community where people weren't getting rewarded for onboarding people, and that's taxing as hell. Like there's all sorts of info. I saw a list. There was this guy with dreads who posts a list. He posts a list of like 75 influencers, and I know the vast majority of them did not get paid for their effort, right? Unless they were just giving contributions by the community, like super chats and stuff like that. So this is a way for them to get recursive income for onboarding people, and I think definitely take advantage of it. Eventually, hopefully, we'll get to the point where we'll just give people a 5% discount for using a referral code. So not only will we pay the referral, but we'll also help your referees. What is the word? I don't know English well enough to know. Is it referees?
Affiliates.
Yeah, let's just use affiliates or onboards. So you can you can say, oh, okay, you use my link, you're gonna get a 5% discount, so you can sort of sweeten the deal a little more.
Yeah, that's what's up, dude. That's cool that you're doing that, because it is very taxing. Spend hours and hours and hours. Like I remember when I first got into crypto, I'm just lucky to have it ended up in this community. You know what I mean? Like, because there was a lot of education. Papa Boner would spend hours and hours and hours teaching people. Right? There's a bunch of people that were teaching people. Right? And I'm the type of person that if I see some good news, like I want to tell the world. You know what I mean? Like I was in a multi-level company, so that's literally like what I did, right? I was out prospecting every single day for 10 years, right? You know, spreading the good news, right? Before that, I was part of a big old church, and literally all we did in the streets was evangelize, right? Quote unquote, right? Spreading the good news, right? So that's just like in me, right? And I've been a hustler since I was like a little kid, right? Slanging weed, doing whatever I can to make money. So I was always like closing people, right? Closing. So when I got into this multi-level company with insurance, I was just like, man, this is fucking awesome, right? So I literally did that for hella years. And my wife and I, we pretty much, we were done with that in 2018. And then we moved out here to Oregon, and we kind of just didn't do anything for like the next couple of years until my boy freaking sent me a Richard Hart video and like lit a new fire in me, you know what I mean? And I was just like, bam, now I'm gonna go on this mission and onboard people, right? So there I was freaking like trying to onboard people without even knowing exactly what the heck, right? I was talking about. Like I knew like what's up based on what this guy had taught me, but I still didn't know everything, right? So it's been a whole learning process. I've had some tough lessons, right, that I learned just because I just went all in without really like, I guess, being careful, right? But it's a learning process, right? Like my boy says, you know, there were costly mistakes, so it was like you pay to learn, right? But anyways, so that's literally what I focused on. You know, after that, I was just like, man, I'm gonna tell everybody that I know, and I went on this mission, like onboarding people, right? And I went back home to California. I gathered a group of people. I pretty much had them do everything Papa Boner had us do, right? Like buy a new laptop, get these hardware wallets.
I
Blah, blah,
remember
blah.
those days, I remember those days, Elsa Mac, because you spent a lot of hours in our Telegram with Papa Boner doing all the education.
Oh yeah, dude. Like,
And I
yeah,
remember
because I
your
was trying to learn.
story about. I remember your story about telling how you wanted to take this back to people that you know and educate
Yeah,
them
dude.
the right way. It was
I
man,
did.
that was a while back now. Holy moly, that was like a year
Dude.
and a half ago, maybe more.
Yeah, man. And I
Hey,
did that. You know what I mean?
was that when the 10,000x? Was that when that guy was around? He used to say that all the time in the Vim voice chat. 10,000x.
I don't even know. Man. But yeah, you know, so I went on this mission, and then like I was saying earlier, very quickly, right? All these people that are onboarded started like hitting me back up with like all these questions, you know, and then it became so time consuming, and it just became like fucking headaches and shit, you know, and it became like a lot of hand holding, and I was just like, damn, man. So I took a step back, you know what I mean? I was like, man, this is like, and then because it wasn't just like questions about crypto, it was like technical difficulties too. Now, like, oh, I have this issue with my wallet, you know, stuck transactions. I had to go and like learn how to do the whole nonce thing, you know, to unstuck your transactions, and I'm like trying to figure this shit out on my own because of like people that I helped are having the issues. These weren't my issues, these were their issues, but because I freaking brought them in, I felt the responsibility to learn this shit to help them out. So there I am, freaking at 2 a.m. reading fucking, you know, MetaMask nonce, you know, fixes and asking questions on different rooms and investing the time, you know. So very quickly I realized, man, this is freaking headaches. And the thing about it was that when I was in a multi-level company, like I was getting paid fat, you know what I mean? So it made sense for me to put in this work. Like it made sense for me to be out there talking to people and putting in the work and you know, having this passive income. But now I'm doing this, and there's like, yeah, you know, I want people to get free. Yeah, I want people to like have a better life and quit their piece of shit jobs. But I'm just like, I'm spending all this time, I'm ignoring my wife, I'm ignoring my daughter, you know, when I'm spending hours and hours and hours, and I was just like, you know what, I can't be doing this shit, right? So that was like, man, I'm gonna take a step back. And you know, I just kind of waited, you know, and so now, right, you know, that I'm hearing about all these, you know, easy ways to get into Pulse Chain and stuff like that. I'm just like, man, you know, it's time to get back on it, right? So, but yeah, man, I appreciate your time. I'm gonna go ahead and check out your info on your website, on your Telegram, and you know, keep doing what we're doing. So thank you guys.
Great, man, no problem. And if you have any questions, stop by the Telegram, or actually on the site there's a question mark. There's a live support chat. It's all encrypted. You can ask any questions you want, and somebody will be with you within 0 to 3 hours.
For sure, dude. Awesome.
That's super fast. How's your crossbreeding for the hex strand?
Bro, I just finished watering the plants right now. That's why I requested to be a speaker. But it's looking nice, dude. It's looking real nice.
I just went into the butcher. Am I rugged? Is someone talking?
You're good. Go ahead.
I hear you.
That's cool. Just didn't want to talk over everyone. Yeah, I was just going to say, you brought back a lot of memories, Alsamac. Obviously, your name, especially with the 3/8 and the story you told us about all of that, stuck with us, and then you hung out with us for a long time in Telegram and on streams and stuff. So your story was a cool story.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think it's amazing, dude. Like, I was in the insurance industry, right? Insurance and investment industry, and we pretty much set ourselves up to be good, right? So I was just like, we're good, right? And then when I realized, when I really like opened my eyes to crypto, I was like, oh shoot, we're not good. We could be, I mean, we're good, but we could be a lot better, right? And it's crazy because I ignored it. Like, this fool would, like, Crypto in the Hood would send me messages. Like, he'd send me text messages and messages and messages, like just bugging the hell out of me with crypto and check out this and check out that. And the fact that I was like basically learning what I was doing in the insurance industry, I was just like, man, you know, I ain't got time for this shit. You know, like, that's cool, but I just don't have time to stop doing what I'm doing to look into this crypto thing, right? And
I'm sure you appreciate him hassling you. I know Crypto in the Hood appreciates me hassling him for about 45 days straight to get his LLC.
I remember that, dude. I remember you had mentioned that shit. But yeah, dude, you know, sometimes we need somebody up, you know, somebody to be that constant person in our ear, you know what I mean? Because like I said, I thought we were good, you know, and you know, I was out like teaching people how to, you know, how to like, this is why I was like, when I heard about liquid loans, I was like, ooh, this shit is fucking cool, because, you know, I was literally teaching people how they can use insurance and pull out loans out of it, and how literally that's what the rich do, and that's what banks do. And you know, that's not what we're taught to do, right? We're just taught to open a fucking 401k and work 40 years and hopefully we retire, right? So when I learned that game, I was just like, oh wow, I need to teach this game to everybody I know, right? And that's literally what I did, right? I taught people how to like set up a trust, and you know, how to set up their kids from the moment they're born with certain policies that they're structured correctly, and how their kids can be very well off by the time they're 15 or 18, right? And you can use that money tax free. So when I heard about liquid loans and, you know, pulling out loans, and and you know, I saw people like hating and, you know, saying, you know, talking smack. I was just like, oh, these fools don't know, you know what I mean? That's why, like, for me, it was just like an automatic, like, this is legit, you know what I mean?
Well, it's
And that's
something
what
the
kept opening
government.
my eyes.
It's something the government portrayed, you know, for the rich, and they don't want the common people to know. They do want them to be robots. They do want them to work 40+ hours a week. They do want a 401k. They want to suppress all of that other good stuff, right? They don't want you to get ahead.
Yeah, dude. And it's crazy because like I'm from the hood, you know what I mean? So like when I would come around where I with my vocabulary, a lot of times people were hella skeptical, right? And I'd be like, dude, like I'm just a messenger, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to convince you to do anything, you know what I mean? I'm just a messenger. Like there's all these books that I would tell people to read. Like there's this book called Money, Wealth, and Life Insurance, and it literally breaks it down, right? At the end of the book, like, yeah, they're pitching you annuities, right? So I'm not saying this for you guys to go buy annuities, right? If it works for you, it works for you. But this is not the reason I'm saying it, because this book literally breaks it down how, you know, how the banks use this money and how rich people use insurance and shit like that, you know. So I was just like, man, you need to read this book, like look into this, like don't take it from me, you know what I mean? And yeah, man, I went on this mission, and now, you know, I'm on the same mission, but for Pulse Chain, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's awesome, bro. You from the moment we started talking to you, you haven't changed your ways. You're constant. You know, that's almost a year and a half, 2 years now. You've been the same message. It's awesome.
Yeah, man. Like one of the things I learned from one of my mentors was like, you gotta stand for something or you'll fall for everything. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But you guys know what's crazy? Like when my boy sent me that Richard Hart video, how a billionaire is making people get rich or something like that. I forgot the name of the interview, but it was like this black chick was interviewing him. She had like a London accent.
She was an Asian chick, I believe, and it was the Ukrainian flag colors behind them, and he had those moonwalking shoes, right?
Yes, I remember those fucking shoes, dude. I remember those shoes.
That was a
right?
great interview.
So,
Yeah.
it was, dude. So check it out. So I don't know nothing about crypto, right? Like I don't know nothing other than the names like Bitcoin and, you know, like names that I've heard here and there, right? What is it? Dogecoin or something, right? Other than that, I never looked into it because I was just like, whatever, you know what I mean? So when I started watching this guy's interview, it's crazy though, because the reason, like, I had a whole like, I guess, new view for this was not because of crypto and what it is and what it could do for people. My whole thing was like, I need to know more about this guy, and I need to know more about who he is, what he's done, because a lot of the stuff that he mentioned in that interview was, you know, I help people get off of drugs, I help people do this, I help people do that, I raise money for this, and da da da. And it quickly reminded me of some of the mentors that I really looked up to when I was in the multi-level company, right? And I was like, wow, like he literally reminds me of these guys, right? And it's crazy because some of these guys, some of these mentors, I've seen them in these rooms, right? And I was just like, wow, you know, what a small world, you know, like funny that, you know, here we are 10, 15 years later, and, you know, they're affiliated with some of you guys as well, right? Anyways, so I was just like, man, this guy's talking about helping people and how he's trying to change the world. So it reminds me of the mentors that I had, because the mentors that I had started out in the company, also broke as hell, right? A lot of them came from poor families, and then they just busted their ass and became multimillionaires, right? So once they became multimillionaires, you know, yeah, they wanted to, you know, live it up. Some of them, you know, buy cars and houses and shit, you know what I mean? But then it's like, you know, the humbleness kicked in, and they went into helping people, right? Whether it's through charity organizations, whether it was through going to third world countries and helping build schools, and, you know, helping build provide water, you know, stuff like that. So I was just like, hell yeah, right? This is what I'm about. I'm about helping humanity. So when I started watching this interview, that's why I got in because I was just like, I need to know more about this Richard Hart dude. I need to know about where he's from, what has he been doing, what's his background, blah 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 blah. And that's why, like, I went into Hex, right? Not because of what Hex is and what it can do for you. I went in because I believed in him. And even though after he started his whole like outrage marketing and hella people started hating, I understand that you could be the way you are. I don't give a shit what you are. You know what I mean? You could take it up from the behind. I don't care. If you are like doing what you say you're doing, like what Richard Hart was doing, like helping humanity, blah, 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 and, longevity research, I don't care what you do. I don't care where you shake your ass. I don't care who you sleep. I don't care because that's who you are and that's what you like, right? That doesn't have anything to do with what your goals in life are, right? In life are. So even though hella people hate it, I was just like, man, like these guys are being distracted, right? They're a lot of people that are hating on him are missing the point and the goal of what he's aiming at, right? So I continue to have full support for this dude, regardless of what he said, regardless of what he did, because I was just like, I already did the research. I already saw what he did. I already seen him in interviews and I saw his older videos and I like what he's preaching and teaching. And he's literally trying to change and help humanity, right? So that's why I went all in, right? And soon, like 2 days after that, I liquidated like my daughter's investments and I went all in on Hex and bought some more stuff and then sacrificed and I just been waiting, chilling, right? So my whole goal, my goal since day one was never to like, oh, wait for this thing to launch and get a couple X's and sell, because like I already have passive income, you know what I mean? Like I'm not even worried about this, right? I got into all these different projects because I was very, very intrigued and hungry to learn more, because one of the things that I love is when people get together and create. Like I try to explain to people how I see this, right? To me, that's straight magic. Like it's very magical for people to just have a conversation, right? Let's say we're having a conversation here and we identify an issue, right? And then we start getting our brains together and say, hey, what if we do this? And hey, what if we do this? And then bam, it becomes something, right? And then it gets on paper and then we build and then we create it. Because literally everything that you can see and touch and hold in your phone, like whatever, right? The scissors that are in front of me, the freaking grinder to cut the meat up, everything began as a thought, right? So I really admire people that are building, right? And I fucking hate when you have the sideline people who are just talking shit, right? And I always talk about how it's like you have people that are builders and you have people that are just quick to criticize, like, oh, you're doing this wrong, or you should have done this, or oh, why didn't you do that, and blah blah blah. So it literally reminds me of like sports, right? You have people that are in there in the ring taking the punches, and then you have people that are just sitting down eating their fucking popcorn, making little comments. Oh, he should have ducked. Oh, he should have done this, instead of getting their ass in there. You know what I mean? So I admire people that are building. I admire people that have projects, because you guys are literally creating. You know what I mean? And what I don't admire and actually fucking hate is all the little shit talkers that are on the sidelines. You know what I mean? Just making stupid little comments. And I always call that shit out. Like whenever I can, whenever I see it, I call that shit out. You know what I mean? Because I hate that shit. But anyways, you know what I mean? That's literally why I'm here.
Well, we really appreciate you being here, and it's fun to know somebody who knows crypto in the hood as well.
Yeah, we went to high school together, and we chilled many, many days and did many, many things. Lost a really good friend, and I'm just glad that this guy was there with them, because I was really busy in my insurance company, like when all this was happening with our friend. But this guy was there the whole time, and like my best friend, he was my best friend. He passed away from cancer. Same name, same last name like me, and I was just busy, like trying to run my business. And my boy Crypto in the Hood was there every single day with him till his last day. So I appreciate that guy a lot.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
guy could be fun.
If I was dying from cancer, I think Crypto in the Hood would be lifting my spirits with his discussions.
Right.
You know,
I mean,
so I think that guy, yeah, he
some,
might have been at least
sometimes he's
entertaining.
fucking annoying as shit, dude. But I fucking love that guy, dude.
Also, Len, you there?
I'm gonna get up out of here, guys. I appreciate you guys' time. I will check you guys out later.
Good to see you, Alsamac.
All right, cool, man. Hey, Magic
Have
Apps
fun.
later.
Also, Len.
I don't think he can hear me.
Maybe I'm right. Am I?
I can hear both of y'all. Pulse Len, you're not able to hear Magic. Magic.
No,
you're-
I hear Magic. He can't hear me.
Okay. Magic, you can't hear Pulse.
I'll come back.
You know, I'll keep this vague, but there's a lot of people who've gone through a lot over the last year and a half as far as personal tragedy. I don't know, it's kind of weird, but there's like a concentration of weird things that happen to people. It's kind of sad.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, still hearing.
Twitter always wigs out when you go from data to Wi-Fi. It's hit or miss whether it decides to rug you. I was meaning to catch up with you quickly just on your exchange. I just haven't caught up with you for a few weeks in Spaces, really. I notice on your, so when you're on the exchange tab and like it says 1 BNB equals X amount of pulse, right?
Yeah.
And then there's a little circle icon with a question mark in it.
Yeah.
What's that there for? It does nothing.
It doesn't do anything. Yeah, exactly. Eventually, that's going to be a tooltip.
Yeah.
It'll just tell you that that's an estimate.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, it doesn't do anything.
Because I was like, why has he got this here? It doesn't do anything.
It's kind of funny. At one point, we were building things in a way that it was just like familiar to them. Because we wanted people, like when we designed this, we were like, I think people are used to Uniswap, so we'll try to build it in a way that it kind of looks like it. so there's a bunch of stuff, like there was a gear somewhere that didn't do anything either, just to keep people comfortable. but yeah, all that stuff is being cleaned up and refined. So hopefully we'll have that added.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, no, we've got quite a few tooltips on our DApp. It just saves you so much time, especially if it's, you know, the more the technical stuff that's happening, or you know, or understanding stuff. If you're having to repeat yourself in Spaces or in Telegram, even though you have the Git book and we have knowledge bases and videos that go directly from the DApp, sometimes just those tooltips just save so much time.
Yeah, the big tooltip we need is, for some reason, people read Optimism and they just try their luck. They're like, let me send ETH anyway and just see what happens. So yeah, we're gonna need to maybe put some flashing lights. This is a layer 2, you know, because I don't know what I don't, you know, I'm not in a position where I'm reading Optimism for the first time, so I don't know what goes through people's heads. They just send ETH. So the great thing is the exchange is pretty stable now. We have a lot less stuck transactions, but we do have support requests for those guys still. So obviously we're not doing a good job of relaying info.
Send me one ETH through Arbitrum and I send you nothing. Well, seems like most people are just listeners have gone to sleep. I might drop into a buddy's space and say hello.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I'm gonna
roughly
head.
2 a.m. for me, so I think it is a good time to call it quits. Again, this is recorded on Hex Futures YouTube channel. Thanks for being here. It's been a fun show.
Thanks for hosting, Ego.
Yeah.
Take care.
Yeah. Take
Peace
care,
out.
Ego. Oh yeah, before you go, what was the magnification on that microscope?
I was what is S40/0.65? What does that mean to you?
Nothing yet. Let me check. Is that just the model number?
No, that's what this specific lens,
Lens. Okay.
the most dramatic.
Okay, I see it. 40 times magnification, I think.
Well, I've got another one that's...
And then, because the thing is, when you say it's digital, it probably has magnification of the lens, then it has digital magnification where you can just try to zoom in on the pixels itself, and then. So if it's 40x just with the lens, probably like 100x or 200x with the digital magnification. Could be something like that.
I think it's the same whenever I view it with my eye. And then I've got it's a triplet situation to where I've got a 10 and a 4 and a 40.
Oh, okay.
And then
okay, cool, man.
The digitizing is just where you put the little camera where your eyepiece would go, or where your eye will go. So you just change it out, and it's got a little USB that leads out of that camera.
Okay, cool, man.
I'm taking
All
some
right, yeah.
pictures,
Well,
putting them on the Hex Foodies Telegram, t.me/Hex Foodies. I haven't posted them yet, but I don't think there's anything like really awesome to post to Twitter, but I'll send you a DM with a shot or two that makes it look like little tiny greenhouses is what everything looks like right now.
all right, cool, man. Yeah, we'll chat about this a little later. I like that type of stuff. So, yeah.
Awesome.
You're playing with the gadgets that I like. All right, we'll talk to you later, man.
Peace.